Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. Here we go again. It's Manchester United against Rangers. What delight have United got in store for us tonight? I say delight, it could be disaster. We will wait and see. It's going to be tough. I will admit it'll be a tough game tonight. I think Rangers are going to give us a game. But what I will say straight off the off is that we're sponsored by Manscaped, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Your link's in the description. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. But let's get this team up on the screen because I actually quite like it. Lots of changes. And I like this team. I've got to say that obviously there's a bit of a rotation. We've got a big game at the weekend. There's no Agate, there's no Mainu, so there's no Maguire, so there's no Mazraoui. So I think that there is certainly rotation there. I don't think he's put his best team out by any stretch of the imagination, but there are some players in there that I think it's quite exciting to see. I mean, look, you know what? We talk about a lot of things, don't we? And I think that... the fuck's going on here? We talk about a lot of things, and we've obviously got Garnacho playing for Manchester United tonight, which I think is very, very interesting. And I think that straight away is probably something I would talk about and say that I've said this myself, that there is this myth that... that Amorim has put Garnacho up for sale, and quite clearly he hasn't. There's never been the story. It's just a story that some people want to put out there because it suits their Glazer Ineos loving. This is a fire sale. We're trying to sell anybody to raise money. Manchester United have put a video out, have put a letter out today that I'm sure many of you have seen, where they're talking about maybe raising ticket prices again next year, and sort of justifying sacking people, making cuts, and potentially selling assets like Garnacho and Mainu. And that is their stance. That letter has gone out to a fan group today that they've got to make difficult changes, difficult decisions, and they will continue to make cuts and potentially raise ticket prices and obviously sell players. I would say to you, hold firm on this. Don't have any sympathy. The thing they won't and don't answer is, if the Glazers had sold the club and Qatar had bought it, would we need to do this? The answer is no. They'll moan about FFP and PSR, but it's a lot easier to deal with when you've got rich owners who are putting money into the club and clearing the debt. So Man United fans, Man United fan groups need to get some serious financial advice and stop swallowing the shit of excuse about PSR and FFP and realise the reason they're saying they're going to increase ticket prices and this, that and the other is because they're broke and they don't want to put any money in. The Glazers don't want to put any money in, and Ineos don't want to put any money in. And that's the bottom line, and people forget it. We wouldn't be in this position if the Glazers had sold the club. Simple as that. But it's very, very clear to me in relation to tonight's match and the team news that Amorim doesn't want to sell Garnacho, and that is why he's in the team. If Man United were expecting to pocket £60 million for Garnacho, do you seriously think that Amorim would be picking him? Doesn't need to pick him. There are other options tonight. He could have put Anthony in there. He could have put, he could have put Xerxes there and Rasmus up front, but he hasn't because he clearly doesn't want to sell him. It's coming from the club itself. Collier and Ericsson in the midfield's interesting. I mean, I don't know loads about Rangers, but it's going to be a combative game. I think also it's worth saying that we had a horrific result on Sunday. There'd have been a lot of people that probably quite fancied, playing this game tonight and showing what they're all about. Harry Maguire, Agate, Mainu, Mazraoui, they've not been given that opportunity. De Ligt, Martinez, Yoro as the three. Collier and Ericsson. Nice to see Ahmad as a right wing back. And Delo back in the team, obviously fresh. Bruno plays with Garnacho. Xerxes plays up front. I think the interesting thing for me is the fresh legs. You've got Delo who's fresh. Martinez didn't start, did he? I don't think, against Brighton, if I remember correctly. You've got Collier and Ericsson who didn't start. And you've got Garnacho who didn't start as well. So there's quite a lot of change in that team. And hopefully that will bring some impetus. I mean, what I will say is I really want to see a good first 10 minutes. So many times at home we're just not in the game, and I really want to see that. Few super chats coming in. Patrick Lynch says, PSR and FFP are being used as a smokescreen for them to make financial decisions that benefit them. It's not a football club to them, it's a business. You know what? You know what? This ain't bloody EastEnders or Coronation Street. Why is it that you feel like a faker and you feel like you're spreading, nonsense because the client journalism around Man United won't put the truth out? It's not difficult. Like Swedish Rumble or, Kieran Maguire or one of these financial experts should just break it down in a bullet point of view of whether Man United would need to sack people, would need to raise ticket prices to survive if the Glazers had sold the club to Qatar. And that's all we want. Because in that letter, is it factual? Is it factual that regardless of a Qatari ownership, we would still need to sack people, we'd still need to raise ticket prices? And I absolutely adamantly say no. Absolutely not. So you know what United fan group should do with that letter they got? They should wipe their arse with it and flush it down the toilet because you're being mugged off. You're being mugged off about justification. What basically Ineos are doing is they're coming into the club and they're saying, oh, it's a mess. It's a right mess. There's debts. We've got to make tough decisions. But that's only the way Ineos would do it because they're in bed with the Glazers. If Qatar or another buyer had come in, they wouldn't be working with the Glazers. They wouldn't be working with debts and they wouldn't have to make these decisions. Just remember, the difficult decisions that Ineos have to make aren't exclusive to everybody. It would be a different situation with different owners, and people need to get that in their head. This cuts and selling stuff and sacking people and not giving money to charity, that's because the Ineos did a deal with the Glazers. If we'd had a different owner, this wouldn't need to happen, and that's the situation. And I don't know why people don't grasp it. I don't know why people don't report it as well. Seven says, why is Mazraoui not starting? Well, why is Maguire not starting? It's rotation, isn't it? Quite clearly, this is a rotational Man United side. Can Qatar just not buy Glinios out? Dylan, I don't think they want to go anywhere, the Glazers or Ineos. They won. Mike, JBA has gifted a membership. Thank you, Mike. Would you love a proper Garnacho celebration with the fans? If we sell him, I'd be devastated. I'd love him to have a great game tonight, AMG. I really, really would. I'd absolutely love it because I think there's so many people that don't actually realise the talent the player has, and I'd love to see that. Have they even replaced Ashworth, says Dead Zone. And I hate the Glazers, says Lee Cape Town. They run Nice and their club exactly the same ways as it's a shambles. They must get out of our club. Carmine, welcome to the Members Club. Hope you're doing well. Would you go for Grealish, says Tomo? No. And hello, Mark. What do you think about Gittins from Dortmund or Barcola? I think they're good players, Dean, but I don't know how you buy them. Get the rats out of Manchester, says Swami. And today I read about Ineos and Nice. I'm bracing myself for a bumpy ride, says Pal. Don't buy fruits in Mallorca, says Ferdo. Well, I wouldn't go that far as to... Yeah, well, I did say that. I can't have got online. Mazraoui's got a knock, according to reports, says Sakin. Mazraoui needs a break. That's why I wouldn't pick him. I don't know. Ineos running United just like Labour are running the country, says Ras. Yes, they are actually. You're spot on. Blame everybody else for cuts you want to make. Ineos raise ticket prices to see poor football, says John. With PSR rules, it doesn't matter how rich the owner is, says Red Army. Yes, it does. I will block you, mate. You talk so much shit. It's propaganda. Like, you are literally talking out of your arse. So, mate, you are so wrong. Shut up. Manscaped, and I'll tell you why. I'm not being rude for the hell of it. The way the Glazers and Ineos run the football club, because we haven't got any money, is going to be very different to the way somebody runs the football club who's got loads of money and who's cleared the debt. Simple as that. It's funny how Chelsea are ready to pounce on opportunities like Garnacho and Man U in January despite spending over £1 billion. We can never. Exactly. Explain that to Red Army, how Chelsea can spend £2 billion in 2 years when they were already in trouble before that and had a transfer ban the year before. Go and explain that to Red Army, because there's people trying to get money into the club, and that's the big difference. Go and study Chelsea. They had a bloody transfer ban before Todd Boehly came in, and then Todd Boehly comes in and they spend £2 billion. Why? Because they're creative, because they've got money to spend. Manchester United haven't got money to spend. So they'll do it by the book and go, oh, we can't spend money. I'll tell you now, if we had the Saudi owners instead of Newcastle, they wouldn't be putting statements out saying we're raising ticket prices, we're sacking people and we're not giving money to charity. They'd find ways to get the money in. Collier, Ericsson, Xerxes masterclass today, says Jeremiah. I hope so. I hope add Garnacho to that as well. Jim is just Malcolm Glazer's replacement, says Chris. Can we afford to lose Rashi, Garnacho and Anthony? I do not see any replacements coming in January, says the Keystone. Thank you very much to NAF. Best United channel ever. Glinios out, says Callum. If we sell Garnacho, it's a disgrace. We are not that club, says John. And what blows my mind is Berardi left Man City in a thriving role to be Glinios's pawn, says Drew. And is Amrim's brutal honesty in press good for morale, says Jack? Yes, it's great for morale. It's great for fan morale, and we're all that matters. Manchester United have made contact to Arsenal for 18-year-old talent Aiden Heaven. Man United are leading the race to sign Heaven. I mean, he's 18, never played a first-team game. Great. It's good to be signing a youngster, but we've bought some good youngsters already. Great for the future. Well done to Christian Vivel. But we desperately need some players now, don't we? Let's be absolutely clear. We do need to have recruitment for players of the future, but I think we're all in a position as well where we want to see players coming in for the now. We're sponsored by Manscaped, by the way. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Which is opposite to what United want to do. United want to trim the grass and have no grass left and then not have any money to buy any seed. But talking about grass, trim your grass to make the yard look bigger with Manscaped, global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. It can get delivered to your door with free delivery and 20% off with the code TUS20. So they've got the beard and balls bundle to help you kickstart your year. You've got the beard hedger, as I've mentioned before, 20 different lengths. In fact, I need to use mine. I could actually use it here now, but that would be messy and silly. We've got the lawnmower 5.0 for down there. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Precision engineering for your family jewels. Start stacking those new habits now and head over to Manscaped and join over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Fantastic products delivered to your door. Use the code TUS20 for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Fantastic products, skin safe technology, lights on it all, brilliant, waterproof, the lot. Check it out. Massive shout out to Manscaped. And if you're not using Manscaped as a man, then, you know, why not? Simple as that. Why not? Thank you very much to Manscaped. I'm glad we're now mentioning Glazers and Ineos as the problem again, not just Ineos. Some people forget that Glazers are the main problem, to Stephen O'Callaghan. Some people forget that Ineos actually still own the football club. Do you think Man United are going to win tonight? Mate, I think it's up in the air. I mean, there's part of me. Why is Jaap Stam on my telly? He's not Jaap Stam. You're rubbish. Who's this Jaap Stam tribute act? If they were, couldn't they afford the real Jaap Stam? It's the Rangers manager. Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like a pretend Jaap Stam. He really does look a little bit like Jaap Stam, but it's not. It's not. Mrs. Stone says, can anyone explain to me why we hired a sporting structure and don't intend to use any of them? Tom Kent says, when are Ineos going to stand up and communicate with us on the current failure of our football club? Thank you, Tom. Do you think we'll get Doug Jeles, says Ahmad Lover? I think that deal is straightforward to do with Salzburg, but it slowed down a little bit, hasn't it? Do you think it could be Bruno alongside Collier with Ericsson in the 10, says Northern Carper? I think we'll find out very, very quickly. Who do you think shouldn't have been named to start, says Jagger? I'm happy with the United side tonight. As I've said, I don't really have any problems with it. I'm happy that Xerxes starting again. I think he deserves that. Bruno's always going to start. I'm very happy to see Garnacho starting. Collier should bring some fresh energy and innocence to the team. Confidence, hopefully, as well. Sometimes putting a young player in who's had a few first-team games, they can come into it and not be dragged down by, you know, expectation and lack of confidence. Ahmad back on the wings, good. I trust De Ligt, Martinez, Yoro, another game for him, which is good as well. Delo should be fresh. And look, we've not mentioned it, but I genuinely think Binder in goal should be mentioned as well. I think that's a massive statement by Amrim that many of us expected it. And yeah, it certainly should be happening. But it's important as well. You know, that was a very, 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 very bad performance by Onana on Sunday, and we really do need to be making those sorts of decisions. You know, you can't be making mistakes like that. You're a senior player, and Manchester United 100% do need him in the team, ready to go for this game. Do you think we're going to win, Mark? I hope we're going to win. You know, I hope we're going to win, because I think we need to. I think Fulham on Sunday is going to be a very difficult game, and I genuinely do think that you could quite easily lose that game if we're being honest. So, getting a win tonight, we're going to be fine. I haven't actually looked at the Europa League. Let me have a look. Tables. No, that's not what we want to look at. Let's go football. Tables. Europa League. Let's have a look. Europa League table. So we are currently in 10th. Actually, no messing about. FCSB are in 6th place. We play them next week, and I thought they were shit because Rangers battered them, but somehow they've only lost 1 game and won 4. So I was under this impression that FCSB were rubbish. What a naive prat. I'll have to own that. So yeah, I thought they were rubbish, but they're actually in 6th place. So we've got to be a little bit careful here. We'll definitely be in qualifying area because we've got 12 points. We're 5 points ahead of Midtjylland in 25th. So we're definitely going to go through to the next stage, but we want to be in the top 8. We don't want to be playing a qualifier. So we need to win tonight, and then even if we win tonight, we could still be precariously placed. We've got to be a little bit careful, actually. I didn't realise that. I thought we were sort of cruising through. We haven't lost the game, but we're not. We're not actually in a strong position as I thought we were. So we do need to be a little bit careful tonight. And I think that complacency in a game like this can become dramatic if, you know, you don't beat Rangers and you put yourself in a position like that. So, yeah, look, we need to win the game. I think we will win, but I think we'll probably win. I can see a big performance from Ahmad tonight. I can see a big performance from Garnacho tonight. What I really hope Garnacho doesn't do is over-egg the pudding, you know, or over-season the soup. He's got to keep it simple. I mean, what people don't realise about Garnacho is, because all we talk about Garnacho is should we sell him, should we sell him, should we sell him? People forget against Liverpool, assist. People forget against Arsenal, assist. And people forget against Southampton, should have been an assist, but Anthony missed an open goal. So he should have had 3 assists in 3 games. Obviously against Brighton, it was a shit show from everybody. But I think Garnacho's progression over the last 2 years has been incredible. I'm old enough to have seen even people like Russell Beardsmore coming through, if you can remember him. Lee Martin, FA Cup final hero. Obviously the class of 92, Wes Brown, John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, Kieran Richardson, Chris Eagles, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood. I've seen them all. I've seen them all come through. And I can compare all of them about where they're going to go and how they're going. And I think that when I'm putting Garnacho into that big list of players that I've seen come through, honestly, I wouldn't say his progression has been as electric as Rashford's was. Rashford's was unbelievable, the amount of goals he was scoring in the first 2 years that he hit the team. But he certainly had a very good 2 years comparable to many other players. And it does surprise me how much shit he gets from people. I think there's a good player there. And he needs to simplify his game a little bit, but Ronaldo needed to do that as well. And I'm not saying he's the next Ronaldo. Atmosphere is going to be electric tonight, says Albert. We could do with that. We really could. If we sell Garnacho to Chelsea, I'm done with Ineos. Thanks for all the super chats that are coming in, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel. We've hit 27,000 over 2 million in a month, which is just incredible growth on the channel. The views have been incredible this year. The best and biggest Man United community in the world is the United Stand community, and that is you. So make sure you get involved. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Match reactions, match watch-alongs in the studio at Old Trafford, loads of stuff to get involved in, and of course player ratings. And I hope tonight that our player rating show is going to be full of good scores. I'm actually quite excited about the team tonight. You look at that team: Garnacho, Ahmad, Collier, Yoro, there's some young players in that team. All right, they've not all come from the youth. Ahmad and Yoro were bought. Garnacho was technically bought. But we've got 4 players there that are young players. And, there are other young players that aren't even in the team today. So there is reason to hope. And I think as well, if we'd have had a game tonight and, you take Collier out the team for Casemiro, and you take Garnacho out the team for Rashford, and you take, I don't know, Yoro out the team for Johnny Evans. Nothing against those players, but what's the future with people like Casemiro and Rashford and Johnny Evans? There isn't one. And in a time where things are really bad, at least we've got a team where we can look at it and go, some of these players could be the future. And we have to cling on to that because we're in such a bad situation. Maybe some of these players. And, it's good to see Collier back as well, because I said at the start of the season, I felt that he was going to be the player that came through. And I think in that early stage, it looked like Ten Hag had that for him. And it didn't come to pass, did it? But I really do hope that it can. Mike was a little bit low. Thank you very much. I'm amazed that it's took somebody that long. Let's destroy this bigoted football club, says Luna. Well, that's your words, not mine. Thomas Latham says, hi Mark, just wanted you to know that I've been put through a lot of abuse and you're the person who makes me laugh, always, especially when you rage on FIFA. Keep it up. You bring a smile to me. Well, Thomas, this community's here. It's got your back. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. You're always welcome here. It's a great community. And hopefully tomorrow night we can announce, I didn't miss what Kev and Jordan and Sam were talking about, the world tour of the United Stand. Well, I can tell you tomorrow, if you're a member of the channel, so if you've got your badge in, from tomorrow night, you will get first pop at getting tickets for our 10th anniversary show. 10 years of the United Stand show. I've already got amazing guests on that show. Think music, think Man United fan, might have been on the show before. That's going to be great. We're going to have all the favourites there. And it's going to be a really unique show because it's going to be about the United Stand 10 years. It's going to be really good fun. Can't wait for that. If you're a member, you'll be able to get your tickets tomorrow. If you're not a member, Monday. But really excited about that. Also want to say as well, remember last night I said that I'd had a message from a United fan that had said, would you put it past Ineos to not sell Garnacho at all? And then at the end of the window go, we didn't sell him, it's like a new signing, and then not buy anybody. Well, it was Michael Wilkes who sent me that message, and he said, could you give me a shout out, being as you used my message, which I didn't know his name when I did it. So big shout out to Michael Wilkes, but also said, could you shout out my sons, Alfie and Freddie, more importantly. So a big shout out to Alfie and Freddie. It's not Mick Hucknall, although he is simply a red. Strangely enough, I have a good feeling tonight, says Espen. I sort of do, but that can be a dangerous thing. Why isn't Binder the first choice goalkeeper, says Marcus? I mean, he's the cup goalkeeper now. FA Cup game coming up a week on Friday, week tomorrow. Are we in the FA Cup a week tomorrow? No, 2 weeks tomorrow. Europa League game next week. He's got a few games to play, hasn't he? And if he plays well in them, he could do it. Is Ricky the special guest, Michael? Ricky will be there anyway. Ricky, you can't not get Ricky on tour. Even if I said don't tell Ricky, he'd still be there, having a drink with us in the dressing room pre-show. He loves being on tour, Ricky. He will definitely be there. Gift Real G, thanks for being a member for 14 months. If we sell Garnacho to Chelsea, I'm done with Ineos, says Tess Tickle. And Barcelona have shown interest in Alvaro Fernandez. Any news if we'll get him back, says Mrs. Stone. Nothing at all, apart from what we were talking about this morning. He knows about as much as us. Some Rangers fans in the home end, what the hell? Trouble waiting to happen, says Dex. There was trouble with Rangers fans in Manchester, wasn't there? Was it a Europa League or UEFA Cup final one year? Can't remember when that was. Selling Garnacho and keeping Rashford, Man United for you, says Daniel Wright. What's your prediction, Sebastian? I've gone 3-1 to United. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate your super chats, by the way. I think we've caught up on all of those. It's not Bevo, it's not Ollie Mers. It's not Ollie Mers, Dan, no. Right, Liverpool 70 million for Garnacho. Would Ineos sell our soul, says Andy Third. They might do. As I say, they've put a letter out today trying to justify their madness. It's definitely not H. Standing in the Hall of Fame. It's not Gary Barlow. I'd like Gary Barlow to do it, but he is a Liverpool fan. Why is Garnacho starting if he could be leaving to Chelsea, says Zyra? Well, fingers crossed, it's not a good bye game, and it's an up yours game to the Ineos. We don't want him to go. Well, some of us don't want him to go. In fact, let's run a poll on that. I mean, do you want Garnacho to go? Let me know. Let's do a poll. We don't do enough in-game polls on here. If you watch That's Football, and you should, every watch along we do on That's Football, we do about 20 polls during the game. We don't really poll much on here in-game, do we? We should do it more. Amrim starting. What's that? Something. One of the members, Michael, says Amrim starting Garnacho is a sign he wants him to stay. 100%. 100%. There are people out there who make stuff up. They either make stuff up or they're linked to the Glazers because they put total nonsense out there that I know factually isn't true. I know Garnacho doesn't want to leave, and I know that Amram doesn't want him to leave. And they're the two things I absolutely know. So if he is up for sale and we are getting bids, who's pushing it if it's not the player and it's not Amram? Well, we all know it's the owners who are putting up ticket prices, who are taking money from charities. They're trying to get money into the club. Gio's just been gifted a membership. Thanks and big up. Connor Roberts, welcome to the members club. Can't Ineos sell the naming rights to the stadium to themselves for a fair value? 100 million for 2 years solves PSR concerns for the time being. Shayras, this is exactly it. This is exactly it, right? You know when Red Army said we'd be in the same position if Qatar owned us because it's PSR? What did Chelsea do? Chelsea sold themselves hotels to get money into the club to buy players because Chelsea own hotels. There are ways to get money into your football club if you've got money to spend. But Ineos, quite rightly, don't want to put money into a club they only own 28% of. And the Glazers have never wanted to put money into the club. So we can't get money into the club. But Red Army doesn't want to listen to that. He thinks if multi-billionaire owners bought us and cleared the debt, they wouldn't want to try and get more money into the club to help us buy players. Foolish. Foolish. I would rather keep Garnacho and finish the season without a left-back. The season is fucked already, says the social media mix. Forcing a young, talented player out the door is an absolute disgrace. Anyone agree? I agree with you, mate. Although, this tournament specific, we have got a massive opportunity that we shouldn't ignore. Next season is going to be really difficult to get into the Champions League because our only route will probably be top 5, maybe top 4, depending on how we do. That's going to be really difficult for us next season because we're not even in the top 10 at the moment. However, we won't be in the Europa League next year. So this year, we're in the Europa League. That Europa League is the easiest way into the Champions League, and we shouldn't dismiss it. And also, if you get in the Champions League, I was talking to a Villa fan the other week. Villa have earned between 50 and 80 million pounds already from being in there. That's pure profit. Shove that up your PSR. That's pure profit. 80 million pounds into your club just for being in the Champions League. It'll be one of the worst decisions we make if we sell Garnacho. Big performance tonight, hopefully. Come on, United. Wow. This is it. We're about to start. Fair play. Rangers are going to come at us. Let's go at them. I want to see, this is the Europa League. We have been embarrassing recently. It's not a little, exhibition. There is something at stake here. We're not in the top 8 of the Europa League. We don't want to play a qualifier. This is our last home game. FCSB next week have been doing quite well. Let's go out, put a good performance in now. Let's start well in the first 10 minutes. Sir Alex is in the crowd, obviously got big links to Rangers. We could easily lose this game today. Let's go and win it. Let's have it. Ref's about ready to kick off. Thanks for all your super chats. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. Welcome to the new members as well. Don't forget tomorrow night on the 8 o'clock show, we've got a big announcement and the members will get first bash at that. But Rangers get first bash at this. They've kicked us off. Do you think Ten Hag was the problem, says Supernova? I don't think any manager was actually the problem. Next season is more scary because there's a big chance we might not even be in Europe, says Naf. Imagine next season where you're playing one game a week, weekend to weekend. get a lot of training time. I'm feeling like Ted Lasso owners that are trying to sabotage new manager with great energy and with garbage, says Camden. Get these poisonous gammons out of our club, says Jay. Felix or Osimhen for Garnacho. Also, we should buy a few Tillemans sort of players. Trouble with a swap deal, Tejaz, is it doesn't help the PSR because there's no money coming into the club. Ineos actively killing the club from inside, says Kai. Good play by Garnacho there. Gets it into Delo. Delo a little bit too obvious again. Gives up a throw. It will be one of the worst decisions we make if we sell Garnacho, says it's Maisie Golf. Big performance tonight. Come on, United. Love the show, says Owen McGarvey. I'm on the verge of saying this, but if Ineos keeps it up, they are, in my eyes, an enemy of the football club. Well, remember who said that? Who said that? I did say when Ineos were talking about doing a deal with the Glazers, I did say anybody who keeps the Glazers at the club is an enemy of the club. And some people said that was too harsh. Bruno, Eriksson. Let's get the ball moving, lads. Social Media Mix says, I'd rather keep Garnacho and finish the season without a left-back. We did that one. Thank you, Mark, and the lovely community, says Thomas Layton, for the wonderful support. The United stand means a lot to me. Thank you so much, United. And Jake Riley says, can you get Derek to say hi to my son, Jake? Love your work from Dublin. He can't talk. Derek can't actually talk. But he can do that. Maybe he's saying hello that way. Bienda's got the ball. Put Derek up there. That's he's got box office seats here. He pays me £1 a month to sit and watch me from behind, and he gets to watch the TV as well. It's such a crying shame to see such an exciting player in Garnacho up for sale just to earn some pounds, says Reborn. Next season is more scary, says Naf, because we're not in Europe. Well, look, we've had some good possession here to start off with. 73% possession for Rangers. Garnacho gets a shot off. I don't know why. I don't know whether anyone else's TV did anything there, but good play by Garnacho. Early shot. I ain't got a problem with that. I know people say greedy, but first couple of minutes, you know what? Can I just say, Garnacho, Xerxes, Ahmad, Bruno, Eriksson. I don't mind anybody having a shot like that that's probably not going to go in, but it's on target. And you know what we talk about? At the start of the game at Old Trafford, the crowd is simmering. Get corners, get shots, get them bubbling. How many games do we start at Old Trafford and we don't even have a shot in the first 20 minutes? So I'd encourage that from anybody. First few minutes, get a shot on target, get the crowd up a little bit, get the confidence flowing. Or it's what they call in tennis and golf. You know, your first couple of shots are just to get you swinging. I don't have a grass and it's not my yard that looks bigger, says Buzz. I guess you wouldn't read it because it goes against you. Let me try again. Every player is replaceable, face of it, says Luke, long live. Well, I didn't not read it on purpose, mate. It's a watch along and the chat goes very, very quickly. You're entitled to your opinion. Well done. Not ideal and gutted to say this, but maybe a year out of Europe might be what we need, says Netflix and Chilwell. I think from a development point and a training point of view, you're probably correct. But a year out of Europe from a financial point of view, we're selling Mainu as well, 100%. We can't afford not to be in Europe. Even the Conference League. Here's Garnacho down the left-hand side. Needs some support. Skips past his man. Good recovery tackle by the defender. Bruno's there to play for a throw-in. Unlucky from Garnacho. I think he was looking for Xerxes there. Yeah, he looks dangerous, Garnacho, already. Get the ball to Ahmad as well. Why our manager always has to track back on comments. Hopefully club won't put Amorim through that crap therapy and turn him into a second season Ten Hag, says Salva. Remember that? Remember Ten Hag in year one used to speak the truth, and then lovely play by Garnacho into Eriksson. I'm liking the passing here early on. First 5 minutes are key. Get on the front foot, says Rowan. Here's Ahmad. I said I want the ball at Ahmad. Help him out. He's got two players there. Collier wants the ball. Don't like the rolled down socks, but nice ball by Ahmad into Bruno. Shit ball from Bruno. But Eriksson's there. Let's whip across. Let's whip across. It's a good cross. Ooh, this is good. This will get the crowd up. I know the ball's been cleared, but crosses into the box. You know, it gets people going. Ooh, you don't have to bloody score. Get them up. Intensity, says Izo. Why Tejas says, the way Ineos are going about running the Manchester United revamp project by getting ex-players on side, it actually looks like the club is a sideshow, says Tejas. Hi, Mark. Explain to me why Delo on the wing starts to take on wing-backs, not Cross, says Nisha. I don't know. You're always going to struggle if you're a full-back taking people on. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I was going to have a look at that, actually. Yeah, we're currently on the road to 28,000, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get involved with the United stand. United just knocking the ball around nicely at the moment. Ahmad. Good play by Ahmad. Yeah. Keep going. Give him that pass. Give him a pass. Eriksen's your pass. Now, first time cross. We like that. Xerxes, bad touch, but that's good. That's good. We've got a player in Eriksen that looks for that first time pass, but it's Rangers on the break. Happy is back, says Happy. Interception by Yoro. Those, Europe, I'd be surprised if we finished top half, says Lord McFred. Those who want to sell Garnacho, I respect your opinions, but excuse me, you prat, says Desiree. Wow, good bit of intensity at the start of this game. Rashford's just posted a story. Here's Garnacho again, using it nicely. He has just posted a story. Won't get it back. Crap pass by Delo. 2 minutes ago, come on the boys, sat in the stand. No, fair play for the support. I'm not laughing under the desk. Fair play for the support, but you know what? You're not injured. You're not injured, and you're on 350k a week, posting a picture of you watching yourself. Yeah, it's like Casemiro on the morning of the match, tweeting about "Come on, Man United." It's just sad, isn't it? It's sad. We're paying 300 grand a week for social media, basically. They should be in the team, and only they can change that. Xerxes just gone down here. Has he won the foul? Yeah. Selling Garnacho sets a wrong precedent, says Sakin, a young talent at the club wanting to rise up through the ranks. Andy Bell says, fair play, Mark. Fair play, Mark is maybe abrasive at times, but his knowledge of football is beyond nearly all pundits. I'm not abrasive, Andy. I mean, I'll take the knowledge thing, but I don't think I'm abrasive. Passionate. Why suffer fools? We're here to have debate. I'm the same with my mates when I'm talking about football. Ask them. I'm very passionate about football. It's not because I don't like you. I believe in what I'm talking about. This is decent football, says Nath Footy. Can you give my husband a shout out? His name is Shane. He's a very loyal Man United fan, says the international madame. There we go. Shout out to Shane. Europe, we've done that one from Lord McFred. Thank you very much. Just catching up. Let's have a look at the chat. Already more crosses into the box. Eriksen is good. Well, we spoke about this, Surab, didn't we? The goal against Southampton. Oh, Collier's just given it away there. Oh, it could be Collier's fault. Bienda gets him out of trouble. Bienda gets him out of trouble there. Collier loses the ball in the midfield, and then he loses his runner as well. The runner gets played in a one-on-one, and it's a great save by Bienda because, look, Collier, he's lost his man. It should be 1-1. It should be 1-0, but Bienda makes a good save and saves Collier there. It's fine. Look, he's a young player. He's going to make mistakes. I always say this. We should not be burning people for making mistakes when they're kids. But Bienda was there to save him. Thank you. Can't believe they want patience for being broke when they stole the club from the hands of Qatar, who are filthy rich, as Amar. Exactly. Ooh, Ahmad's not going to win that. I'm happy I go on everyone's streams and make it fun. There we go. Happy. Crap ball by Rangers. Is Anthony still going to Spain, says Christian? To be fair to you, mate, Rangers won 3-2. Spurs won 3-2 earlier, by the way. To be fair to you, I haven't even looked at the bench, which is my ignorance, which is sometimes a good thing because it means we've been speaking. But there he is. He's done his Instagram post. He's sat in a box. There he is, Rashi. You'd think he'd have a better box than that. Man United's bench is Casemiro, Heaton, Maguire. 2 goalies on the bench again. And another good save by Binder. Rangers starting to have a bit of joy now. And that's going to go for a corner. No, Binder will get it. So Man United's bench has got 2 goalkeepers on it. Anana and Heaton. Casemiro, Maguire, Mainu, Malacia, Ugarte, Rasmus and Anthony. I mean, it's interesting, you know. It is interesting. You've got Garnacho we're trying to sell starting. Casemiro we're trying to sell on the bench. Anthony we're trying to sell on the bench. Rashford we're trying to sell not on the bench. So I am at wing-back or as one of the 2 10s marks as W3R. I mean, mate, either or. I would like to... I'd like to have 2 Amads. I know Anthony's not good enough, but to not play him on the left at least once is just weird, says Keel. He has played on the left. He's come on the bench. He's come off the bench and he started a game on the left. He had his chance, mate. Can't believe they want pay. We've done that one from Amar. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way. And crap ball by Delo just then. So 10 minutes gone. Handball by Xerxes. Mazraoui. I thought Mazraoui was on the bench. Did I say Mazraoui? No, he's not on the bench. So maybe a little bit of a knock for him then, somebody was talking about. Championship game so far, says Goldio. Hey, mate, what do you expect? If we were playing somebody decent, we'd be 3-0 down. We are shit. Look, I don't mind this team, but it's definitely lacking something, isn't it? Everyone right, keep Garnacho in the chat, says Happy. Evening, Mark. When is the Anthony farewell video dropping, says Harriet. 75% of you would keep Garnacho, by the way. I'll close that poll now. 25% of you don't support Man United. Hyen says, I feel bad for Rashford. He should not be embarrassed like that. Well, who's embarrassed him? If Biender has a good game, do you think he'll play on Sunday? Says Bear Merchant. No, I think Anana will be back on Sunday regardless. But I think it could get to a point. I might be wrong, but I don't sense that he's going to drop Anana yet. I think he will still be considered the goalkeeper. Nice ball in here. Delo, come back. Into Garnacho. Needs some help. Back to Delo. Ahmad on the edge. Too slow. Too many touches again. You see what I mean? Ericsson would have put that in first time. We're too slow. The first time pass is the killing pass. Ahmad's done well there, but doesn't get the free kick. He should have kept running, really. We wouldn't have enough players if all the players we were selling weren't included. Pains me to say, but we might need Anthony as a sub, says Will. And this, Dijkstra, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Given a corner to United here. Has he given a corner? Yes. Ahmad is wasted at right wing back. He's had the ball about 3 times running down the wing. I wouldn't say he's wasted, mate. He's probably, I think we've been down the right hand side more than we've been down the left. Dead Zone, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Are you going to do EAFC again? Says Arta. I am going to bring it back, but I don't think it's going to happen in January. I need to finish that career mode. Ooh, what happened there? Headed away. Butland in goal for Rangers, of course. Fancy a Rangers win tonight, says Jim Jones. They play brilliant against better teams and spanked Celtic in the Old Firm game. Write them off at your peril. They've had some good results this season. I think consistency is always the problem with Rangers, isn't it? But they have had some good results. Here's Collier. It's a terrible cross. It's literally to nobody. It's a good cross, but there's nobody there. Garnacho does well. I wouldn't shoot. He did. A little bit greedy there. This can be the problem, though. I said that before the game. I think Garnacho's had a good start, but in this situation, I wouldn't have had a shot because I think that's about... It's difficult when you're a player and you know eyes are on you and you want to prove a point. And I think that was a prove a point shot and it probably should have gone to Bruno. Well done, Martinez. That's it. See what first time passing does? You can't get the ball when people first time pass. And that's our centre-backs doing it. So that should have gone into the feet of Eriksen. A long ball up to Xerxes is not a good idea. He's won the free kick, but that should have gone into Eriksen's feet, really. Let's have some more positivity in the chat, says Rohan. This is a far better start than anything we've seen at home recently. We can build off this. Good one, Rohan. Delo looks like a cow on laxatives. Shit everywhere, says Richie. If only the rest of the team pressed like Ahmad, says Justin. And it feels weird that our biggest game this season are going to be on Thursdays. Our only hope for Champions League. Going up the league is secondary, says Cal. Thank you, mates. How is John Duran 100 million, but Garnacho so far off this? I like Duran and Garnacho, but Duran is receiving big offers and Villa are saying no. United's a mess, says Jack Wheeler. FaZe says, I'm 17 and got a cake off United best players. Just wanted to thank you for always providing us with the truth. God bless you all. Happy birthday, mate. Hope you're doing well. And Andy Kane, hold on a minute. Eriksen's got the ball. Wide to Ahmad. Right, what you want to do is get a final ball in here. Don't shoot. That's it. Oh. Go on, keep it in. Don't go for the corner. I don't think that a throw-in doesn't help us there. Keep the bloody ball in. Yoro. Oh, where's he going? Keep the ball. It's reckless, that. That's well done. Now, Collier's the ball. Bruno, don't shoot, Bruno. Don't you bloody shoot. Oh, Bruno. Stop it. Stop shooting from stupid places. It never goes in. On his left foot as well. They can't change it. You know, this is what Amrim's talking about. You can't change these players. They won't stop doing it. Delo, Bruno, Garnacho, Ahmad. They won't stop it. They can't stop it. They can't stop doing that. And it's possession Rangers again now, although we have won it back. Good pressing by Collier. Needs some support. Good feet. Good feet. Low IQ players, they shoot when they should pass, says Stig. Where would Celtic and Rangers finish in the Premier League, says Ben? One, I don't care. And two, I don't know. Love you, Goldie, says Oren. Savage Tunes, thanks for your super chat. This is just a thank you for all our mental health and to say thank you to the whole team. Ireland loves the United stand, says Andy Kane. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that. And Goldio says that number 4 for Rangers is a proper player. Proper. I like it. I like it. I had to look who the number 4 was. You got me. Everyone just wants to be the big moment player, says Jack. And find players for every shot from outside the box, says Sacking. Look, I didn't mind the shot from Garnacho in the first couple of minutes because it gets the crowd interested. But we've had 3 other shots from outside the box in the first 20 minutes. And dare I say it, who's in a graveyard shift? Who's had no service after the first 20 minutes? Oh, yes, it's the number 9 again. And you know what? If we're not careful, the same thing's going to happen. Xerxes is going to come off for Erasmus after 70 minutes. And you're going to be struggling to give him anything better than a 6, but it won't be his fault. Good play by Xerxes. Crap cross. I mean, you can't be putting a cross in the box there when Eriksen's the only guy. It was good play by Xerxes down the wing, but again, why would Chelsea need Garnacho with players like Pays and Willian coming in the summer, as well as Mudryk? I don't know, Jones fella. You can only follow the news. Do you think top teams single players out the way you do? Says Long Live. Don't single any players out, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. But I do sense that that's your second idiotic comment, and you're gone. You don't. So long live Avicii. You didn't live long, did you? Rest in peace. Ali McCoy's commentating is like a fork scraping on a plate. People do like Ali, Jordan, to be fair. Everyone just wants to be the big moment player. Apparently, a lot of people have got a black screen on their TV. Well, I'll have to do a little bit more what's going on here then. We're all right in the UK, which I know doesn't help anybody, but we're fine here. So I will keep you up to date. Apparently in India and Canada and the States, they've lost it. So I will have to talk a little bit more about the game here. It's Rangers who've got the ball in our half at the moment. Doesn't look like they're going to score, but they're just knocking the ball around. Let us know when you get it back. Good interception by Collier. Come on then, Ahmad. He's still in our half, but he's got the ball. 21 minutes gone. Nicholas Lawler's a legend. He's just gifted 10 memberships, by the way. Get your badge in. And Birmingham Wrexham is a good watch so far. I forgot they were playing, Dan. And Mark, it's a shit show every week at this point, says Savage. And I recently got laid off work. United Stand Community has kept me great company. Thanks, everyone, says Adarsh. Well, good luck in getting a new job, Adarsh, if you want one. Dennis Irwin's left foot says, please say hello to my right foot. Yeah, Bruno's definitely playing a bit deeper. Remember somebody said that in the before the game. Oh, Garnacho hit somebody's head and went over the bar. He can't believe it. I think he thought he'd scored. Delo's cutback fortuitously fell into the path of Garnacho. It's good play down the left-hand side again. Gives it into Delo. Delo goes for the cutback. It falls to Garnacho, and good defending, really. I think it's going to go in. Yeah, that's going to go in. He's just headed it up over the bar. Unlucky. I know exactly why they want Garnacho. They see potential, so do I, says Mohammed. What do you think of, I don't know, Hassan, not interested. It's just another smaller content creator using my name to grow, and I'm not giving them any steam off my piss. We were talking about this on That's Football last night. I'm not interested in all that. Goal! I'm interested in that! It's Delit! Have that, Paul Scholes! Put that in your pipe and smoke it! Absolutely brilliant. He's giving it. He's giving it. He's not giving it! He's an idiot! Oh, Scholes is celebrating now. Delit scored, and it's not been given. He's given a foul. Oh, I don't believe it, mate. What happens here? No, there's no push. There's no push there. There's no push there. That's a bloody dive. That's a goal. He bloody dives. There's no contact. That's not a foul, for fuck's sake. Biggest dive ever. Twats. Absolute twats. That is not a foul. Bloody Arsenal have been doing that for 6 months, mate. Arsenal have been doing that for bloody 6 months. Amorim will be sat there going, we've copied Arsenal. The first bloody goal we scored doing it, we don't fucking get it. That's not a foul. There's no way that's a bloody foul. That is absolutely ridiculous, mate. Fucking hell. That goes on in the Premier League every bloody week. Amorim says we need to copy Arsenal corners. We copy Arsenal corners and it gets disallowed. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That is never a foul. Never a foul in a million years. Arsenal fans will be laughing their head off. They know about 50 of their corners would not be a goal if that's a foul. Fucking rubbish. There is VAR, but they're not going to overrule the referee because the referee says foul, so they'll go, oh, well. Absolute fucking joke. Oh, don't show me that referee's face. I'm glad I'm looking at the back of his head. Dick head. Rowan says, horrible from UEFA, disgusting. I'm so sick of this. And is this another referee wanting the centre of attention? Look, basically, the Rangers player falls over in the box because there's a little bit of pushing and shoving. It happens on every bloody corner. You never get those disallowed. And lo and behold, we do. Disgusting. Is this another referee wanting to be centre of attention, says John Connolly. Normally, I'm a rival, but come on, United, as you're in the Europa League. Love the commentary. Definitely not a foul, says Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Liking Trash says his Scholes the ref. Love Garnacho sprinting forward with the ball, says David. Here's Ahmad. Go on. Push it, Ahmad. Well done. Right, here we go. Ericsson, he'll put the cross in. No, he can't. It went off on dodgy website, says Ish. Okay. Would you rather win the FA Cup or the Europa League? Come on, Europa League. It gets us in the Champions League, mate. Easy question, Connor. Easy question. Same old Rangers, always cheating, says Joe. I'm using my first chat to say DSTV is trash, whatever that is. Rangers defender was holding Yoro's hand as well, says Shahin. Ahmad at right midfield makes us a better team, says Carl. I think we're better. Rangers player literally pushes Yoro onto him, says Steve Woodley. It's shocking, really is. Garnacho. That's a decent cross, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that cross. There's just no movement. Xerxes not moving. Can't stand still in the box. Amram needs to rip them a new one, says Tusha. Cody says Yoro pushed him. Oh, mate, shut up. Do you watch the Premier League? Well, we should be 1-0 up here, which I think would be quite good. Watching the watch along from the bath, give me a shout out, says United 85. Love Azza. Go on, Xerxes. DJ says selling Garnacho would be a monumental F up, more Glazers tax. What's the point in VAR, says Jordan Smith. And Sam Grimes says definitely a foul. Don't know how he's still on the pitch. DSTV is from South Africa, apparently. Bellend, who's messaging me on WhatsApp, shut up, you Forest fan. Says, Man United player pushed the Rangers player and he nearly went into the stand. Why do you say the chats but don't respond, says Bailey? Don't know what you're talking about. Just responded to you. Delusional Unicorn says that DSTV is like Sky except we're watching no game. Well, don't worry. I have kept you updated with what's going on. 55,000 watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. Thanks for these streams. I'm from Surrey, but I've been in Asia for a while because of work. You're the closest thing to the pub with mates. Cheers, says HC. Cheers to you, mate. It is like being down the pub a little bit. Or if you don't like being down the pub, just being with people. Should be 1-0. I'm going to have a look at the stats in a minute. Move the ball first time. You see when you move the ball first time, what happens? Oh, he gives the ball away! Should have controlled it. Good interception by Martinez. Now, where's the pass? Give him a pass. First time, Collier. That's a lovely ball. Lovely ball. Yoro, move forward into the space. Lovely stuff. Give him a pass. Ahmad, first time into Ericsson. Into Yoro. Oh, unlucky. Ahmad, strong. No, not strong enough. Now it's Rangers. Selling Garnacho will be hands down one of the worst decisions the football club can make. So much Deadwood, says Jamie. Oop. Y says oop. A. And Mark, thanks for done that. Thank you, HC. Corner to Rangers now. What? Watch them push one of our players and score a goal. He ain't got time for a drink. Don't let him have a drink. We've been playing for half an hour. There he is, look. Proper Pratt. Was he the one who fell over? Was it proper? Nothing coming from the left. This is Carl with the low there. Headed away. Yoro should get there. Knock it down. That'll be a corner, mate. Why don't you keep it in? Oh, for fuck's sake. I could see that was going to be a bloody corner. Don't know what Yoro's doing there. He lets the ball go out. It clearly comes off fucking Delo. And Yoro lets it run out. Mate, you can't just think it's a goal kick. If you don't know, keep it in. There was a pass down the line. Sean Turner says, Ineos have killed us. I watch us play and I don't even care anymore. I just can't see any way out of us. If we sell Garnacho to Chelsea, we are over. Well done, Binder. Garnacho gets it away. Thank you, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Foul on Ahmad. Clear and obvious ref mistake. What's the point of VAR, says Robert. This ref's crap. I don't know what this is. I'll have another glass in a minute. I'll tell you what it is. Don't know whether it's Merlot or what. It could be red wine vinegar for all I know. Have you seen Enzo Fernandez's tweet about Garnacho? No, Ivor, I haven't. Can you let me know what it says? I hope the tables, chairs and TV didn't get sacrificed for nothing, says Jeron. Thank you, Jeron. Appreciate it. Right. Delo into Garnacho. He's got some space. He's looked good today. Him and Ahmad have looked our two creatives. Eriksen's had a good game as well. Nice. That's it. Keep the ball going. I like that. Rotate possession. Retain possession. Just keep the ball. Collier, lovely. Now Ahmad, give him a pass. No, he's took somebody on there. Mark, the amount of South African support you have is amazing. Clearly, you should add South Africa into your tours, says Clive. I'd love to, mate. I'd bloody love to. I've got a mate of mine, actually. I was out for drinks with him last week. He's off to South Africa in a couple of weeks. Ahmad, you should have put a cross in. We're just not getting Xerxes any service at all. And that's weird because I actually think that Garnacho and Ahmad have had a good game. And Eriksen, but crap pass by Bruno. He may as well have put a stamp on that. It was so easy to read. Well done, Garnacho, tracking back. I think he's had a good game, Garnacho. Really simplified it. All right, he's had a couple of shots, but he's simplified the game. Bruno's going for the Hollywood pass too much. That's his second pass in a row that's been intercepted. We're a bit slow in the final third, says Super Yacht Stokesy, aside from Garnacho. Curious what would happen if we get relegated but win the Europa League, says Fox. Well, there's no curiosity to it at all. We'd play in the Championship and we'd play in the Champions League. I think selling Garnacho to our rivals would be a huge mistake, says Sergio. And if that was a foul in the Premier League, Arsenal would be in the relegation zone, says Alex. And Ray C says, who's been a member for 7 months, if Garnacho wants to stay at United and Amram keeps picking him, is the power with the player? It is, but who wants to stay at a place where you've got owners saying, get out, get out, get out? You know, at some point, it's difficult, isn't it? Do you think it's realistic to get a player like Florian Wirtz in the summer? I feel Bruno and him would be a good partnership, says Joe. I think they'd be a terrible partnership. I really think they'd be a terrible partnership. I think Wirtz and Ahmad, or Wirtz and Garnacho, or Wirtz and somebody who's quick would be good. But Wirtz and Bruno, I think Bruno's got to have somebody who's a winger, really, next to him, because there's not enough pace. Who's been your man of the match so far, people? I'd say it probably is Garnacho. True Geordie would destroy you in a fist fight, says Caitlin. Yeah, but I'd smash him at pool, darts, chess, swimming, keepy ups, getting dressed. So, you know, a game of football. Why do people have to judge themselves on who'd win in a fight? Hi Mark, greetings from South Africa, says Rhaegar. Morons, that's who. Lovely play here between Ahmad and Ericsson. Give it back to Ericsson. Wrong pass, mate! Fucking hell! How do you not give it back to Ericsson? You've just done 2 wonderful 1-2s and he's in a fucking acre of space. How does that pass not go to Bruno? Don't you dare shoot. Ahmad! No, good save by the keeper. Bruno. Oh, God, we nearly scored. Lovely play. Best bit of play of the game. We need to sell Garnacho to replace the broken TV, says Sir Jim Radcliffe. Good save by Butland. Both teams have had similar chances, haven't they? Good play, though. Lovely play between Ahmad and Ericsson. Right, this is better. He's gone for the Hollywood ball into Garnacho. Garnacho needs some support here. Does well. Needs to find a pass. Well done. Good hold-up play. Don't shoot, Bruno, whatever you do. I bet our stats are good. I didn't see them there. Mark, honestly, if we sell Garnacho, I don't know what to do anymore. Ericsson, edge of the box. Into Garnacho. Delo. Into Bruno. Into Delo. Cut it back. Hurry up! Oh, Xerxes gets his chance and it's a block. Good play. That's good play. Finally, we give Xerxes a chance after 37 minutes. As good play. Bruno gets it into... Delo was always the ball. Good cutback by Delo and... To be honest, the defender doesn't know anything about it. I don't know whether Xerxes could have done any better, really. I think at the end of the day, it's a chance. You can't score every chance, especially when you're only getting 1 a game. But at least we've created a chance. See the positive. Ahmad is overrated. Sell him, says Sam. Oh, dear, Sam. Buy one, get one free. Rashford and Casemiro, says Andrew. That was Ahmad's chance. I think the keeper makes a good save. I really do. It's lovely play between Bruno and Ahmad as well. It's a shame that didn't go in. To be fair, the Ahmad chance and the Xerxes chance, the build-up play was very good. If I was Amrim, I'd be... You know what? To be honest, I'd be pissed off. De Ligt's goal was a goal. Good save, Binder. Deflected shot. Good save. I mean, so we've actually played really well. Corner to Rangers, though. Just it'd be typical if there was a sucker punch here. Last 5 minutes has been the most positive. 3-4-3 has ever looked, says Carl. If Garnacho's playing like this, then why should then we should put all our players up for sale, says Cal. Headed away by Delo from the corner. Welcome to Members Club, Nathan. Thank you very much for joining. Enzo posted eyes with a picture of him and Garnacho. Piss off, Enzo Fernandez. You're always sticking your nose in, aren't you? Sub Bruno off and bring Main and Waragate on, says Mohammed. Bruno's actually just had a big part in 2 big chances there. Another corner for Rangers here. Oh, well done, Binder. He's had a good game. Tips it over. I'll tell you what, he's had a good game, Binder. He's made 3 or 4 saves. Mark, your yelling scares my dog. She's laying in the bathroom. Just me mugging my phone, says Forever MUFC. I mean, I don't know how... I mean, this referee is shit because there's absolutely no foul on the goalkeeper there. And he's gave a foul. Like, there's no foul there either. I think this referee just just basically says if anyone falls over from a corner, he'll give a foul. There's no foul. It's Collier who connects with Binder. There's no foul here. Look. The ref gave us a free kick. Do you think Sergio says, do you think Binder is proven for the first team? Look, mate, you're speaking to the converted here. I'd give Binder a chance in goal, but who's the woman with Sir Alex there? I don't want to take her on a date or anything. I'm just saying, like, there's no one sat next to her. It's just her and Sir Alex. Come on, Xerxes. You've got to hold that up a little bit better. Well done, Collier. He's had a good game, Collier, as well. Bruno, wide to Garnacho. Crap ball. Get rid of the Hollywood ball, Bruno. We don't want to see that. Oh, Delo. Come on. Jess, you can have a shout out, yes. Well in Delo. Oh, Delit. And again, good stuff. Collier. That's it. Move it, move it, move it. That pass was on to Garnacho there, and you ignored it that time because you couldn't hit it in the air for 60 yards. Ericsson, wide to Garnacho. Come on, let's have a look. Needs some help. Into Delo. Little cross. Xerxes' movement's not good enough there. Bruno. Go on. Ahmad. Right. Ahmad. Pass it. Look for a pass. That's good. Wide right. I mean left. Wide left. Delo. Delo's always free. Look at Delo. Look at Delo. That's it. Go. Now. Bruno. Ahmad. Delo. I don't know where to go next. Go on, Martinez. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Martinez. That was an absolute pile driver. Lovely play there. But you see what patience brings. That's what patience can do. We moved, you see how we rotated the ball from left to right and we kept moving it and you know, lovely shot. And that, I don't mind someone shooting there because it's not Bruno shooting or Garnacho shooting. It's actually the centre-back making the space to have a shot. Cannonball, says ND. Who remembers Cannon and Ball? Rock on, Tommy. No one. Thankful for Yoro. What a breath of fresh air. I hope we don't ruin him, says Josh Newton. And selling Garnacho so we can afford to pay the Deadwood players' wages. The club's a shambles, says Jason. Sporting supporter here, still following United and you. Great channel, says Ricardo. Team, on the other hand, needs several new players. None from us, though. Fair play. If that was Onana, that cross would have gone in, says Ollie. Marcus, welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend. Fighting is more honourable than darts. You have none, says Caitlin. What does you have none mean? How about United in the Scottish Prem? Says James Foster. We need 2 to 3 leaders brought, says Carl. Are you like playing PlayStation pressing X? Says John. And did you see the plushie Ben Foster made of you on the football fill-in? What's a plushie? Forever MUFC, tell me more. What's that all about? I don't know what that's all about. I only watch the fill-in if I'm on it. I'm very, very vain, as you probably know. Would you sell Bruno or Garnacho for cash? Says No Retreat. No. Why would I sell players that we need to keep? Right, let's score from the corner here. Ahmad. Oh, that's another corner. No, he's given a bloody goal kick. All you can hear is Rangers fans, says Vorse. Right, a minute to go to half time. What's your thoughts on the first half? I think Collier's had a good game as well. I think we deserved... I'm not even going to be greedy. It should be 1-0. Like, it probably should be 2-0, but I'm not going to be greedy. We deserve to be winning this game. And if we were winning 1-0, we'd all be very happy. Genuine debate, would United win the Championship, says Isaac. Mate, have you seen the gap between the Championship and the Prem? We beat Southampton, didn't we? United about to steal another Arsenal Academy player with high potential per Romano. Is this Ineos' idea of rebuilding the squad? Yeah, but the problem, the Fergie 99, the problem with bringing in young players like Obi Martin, Lasali, Kone and whoever this is that it's all right bringing loads of young players in, but you can't actually build a team off young players because our fan base will burn them because they'll play in a team like this and not have the chance to be nurtured. We built the class of 92 in a team that had prime Cantona, prime Keane, prime Irwin, prime Schmeichel. It's all right buying young players, but you have to give them a place to grow. You can't just throw them into a Premier League side and say grow. So, yeah, it's a cheap way of getting good players, but they're never going to... like, if we'd have got Bellingham, he would never be the player he was by growing at Dortmund. Welcome to the Members Club, Ties Plays. Why is Delo not crossing, says Jim Hooligan. Martinez has just got a knock here. It's like a stuffed animal, only if it's you. It's awesome. Ben was hugging it during the quizzes. I'm going to have a look at that. A couple of minutes to go to half time. Oh yeah, I can see it's on his lap. What's the AE mean? Let's have a look at this. Is Malacia on the bench? Yeah, it must be. It's going to be half time here. Amorim doesn't look particularly happy, does he? Well, you know what? I think it's easy to be negative, but I always knew the Rangers game was going to be a tough game. And we should be 1-0 up. It was a goal, and we have created 2 or 3 good chances. So I'm not particularly unhappy. Rangers are a good side, and they've had some good results. So I just think it's certainly better than what we saw against Southampton and Brighton. But it's a very immature team as well. I mean, this team's not good enough to finish anywhere near the top 8 in the Prem. You're going to have to be patient with a team like this, with the likes of Yoro and Collier and Xerxes and Garnacho and Ahmad. You're building a team with players like that. But I don't think we've been too bad, considering how shit we were at the weekend. That is half time, by the way. So give me your thoughts in the chat. Kanye West 2025 net worth has been confirmed at 2.77 billion. Imagine him, Jimmy, and the rest of Ineos, says Howder. I can hear a tumble dryer in the background, Mark, says Luna. I don't think you can. Why haven't you been on the football fill-in recently, says Sweet Sour? Just clashes with my time. I have to do the United stand at 10 o'clock for a start. Wish we had a relatively young Ericsson. He's very, very calm, says Lucas. United looking to buy another Arsenal youth player, says Josh. Stag do match at Hearts this weekend for me. Enjoy that, Kevin. Man of my word, I'm so happy Rashford is nowhere near the team, says Yechi. I've heard Alan Brazil's book is almost as good as yours. Have you read it, says Kenneth? No. And if Bienda had a run of games, he would be solid, says Ollie. He's had a good half. It's like a stuffed animal, only if it's... thank you very much, Forever. I've read that one. We'll never be able to put first-time crosses in with Delo on the left-hand side. The 142nd reason why we need a left-back, says Jake. Well, the good thing is that they have a brand-new TV in the dressing room, says Espen. Are you going to do any live shows in London this year? Travelled from South Africa for the last one. I would love to do it again. Well, I've got somewhere to announce tomorrow at 8 o'clock where you can get tickets for our 10-year anniversary. It's the biggest venue we've ever used. That's tomorrow night, though. Let's talk about tonight. Red Devil Germany says, Bruno is such a bad number 10. How many long balls is he going to hit in the first half? The only time I agree with Ricky is that he's not good enough. Well, I'll tell you what. My thoughts on the first half are this. We should be winning that game. And if we were winning 1-0 and the referee had done his job properly, we'd be winning 1-0 and I think we'd be saying it's better. And I think that's the word I would use. It's better. Because 69% possession, 8 shots, 3 on target, looks very similar to Rangers, doesn't it? They've had 3 on target. But we've definitely been the team in the ascendancy. They've had more corners than us, but we do deserve to be winning. And I think more importantly, if you take away that and look at that, I would say Beyinder's had a good game. The back three have been decent. Collier's been good. Eriksen's been good. Garnacho's been good. And Ahmad's been good. I'd want more from Delo. I'd want more from Bruno. And I'd want more from Xerxes. But I wouldn't say they've been bad. So overall, yeah, it's not vintage Manchester United. But I think sometimes we want to run before we can walk. The Brighton result was terrible, but the performance was even worse. We had 1 shot on target in the whole game. We were absolute shite. We beat Southampton, but we were absolute shite. I think tonight has been a step in the right direction. We're miles off where we want to be, but you're not going to go from what we've been doing over the last few weeks to beating Rangers 5 or 6-0 with 80% possession. It's been better. And, you know, I've been impressed with Collier. I've been impressed with Beyinder. And I think Garnacho, for me, has probably edged it as our best player of the half. So there's been some stuff to look forward to. The reality is the build-up play for Ahmad's chance should have been a goal. Look, Rangers had a similar chance. They didn't score either. But the build-up play for Xerxes' chance, maybe he should have scored that as well. So I think we've created the better chances. We've certainly scored the legitimate goal. And I think 1-0 would be a fair... That's what the scoreline should be. I don't want anything more, but I think 0-0 is a little bit harsh. So I think 1-0 to United is where we should be. And if we were there, would we be moaning? I think 1-0 against Rangers, and based on the last few weeks, we'd say, look, they've drawn with Spurs. They've beaten Celtic recently. They're a hard-working side. This is like a cup final for them. 1-0 against them at half-time after the result we had at the weekend would be quite good. So I'm not as negative as maybe some people are. There is a lot of work to be done, but I don't look at that team and go, I'm fuming with you. There's nobody in that team that I go, I've got a massive problem with you. Yes, we can be better, but I mean, there's a lot of people talking about Bruno. The thing about Bruno is he had a massive part to play in the 2 big chances we had. There has been a few, I mean, there was one where he's just played 2 ridiculous Hollywood balls and they haven't hit the target. He gets the ball again. Garnacho has come inside the fullback, not like that, and all he needs is a 30-yard pass on the ground and he's in. And Bruno looks at the pass and almost goes, nah, that's too simple. If you were 50 yards away and I couldn't make the pass, I'll definitely go for it. And I look at that and I go, you know what? That's where you let yourself down, because that's the pass. That's the one you play. And you don't play that pass. But 2 minutes before, you try and hit Garnacho from 50 yards away and it's a shit pass. And I'm like, you know, but that's Bruno. He's infuriating. Sometimes he'll play a pass into Ahmad and it should be 1-0. And then sometimes he should give it to Eriksen 5 yards and he'll go, no, I'm Tom Brady with a blindfold and I'm just going to try and throw a Hail Mary. But that's Bruno. We know that's Bruno. He admits that. But anybody who's slagging him off, we also know we're a worse team at the moment without him. And we're pretty bad with him. So imagine what we are without him. We're not... I don't dismiss people saying Bruno can be frustrating, but it's a little bit, you know, talking about Bruno for me is a little bit like painting your fence when your house is on fire. Your fence probably needs a lick of paint, but the house is on fire. And before we talk about Bruno, we need to talk about Casemiro, Rashford, you know, and make, you know, loads of other players. So I get the conversation about Bruno, but it's not a conversation for at the moment because there's just a million other ones. Do you think Xerxes is a striker, says Untamed Fire? Look, I don't have a problem with Xerxes. There's been some decent hold-up play. He's had one chance. I'd like to see a striker of Man United get more, but I did the video last weekend. It's been going on for 8 years. What I would say about Xerxes is, and why he's not a number 9 for me, is, and why we do need a number 9, whether it's him, Rasmus, or we need to bring one in, there has been crosses from Garnacho, Eriksson, and a couple of other, maybe Ahmad put one in as well. He's very static in the box. Like, he's easy to pin down. For such a big guy, he's a threat, but he doesn't make the moves. He starts and finishes in the same place. And as a striker, when the cross is coming in, you've got to be covering 5 meters either way. You've got to be moving as a striker. You know, you can't be like this. And Xerxes just seems to get wrapped up in, you know, the centre-backs, they pin him down too easy. And it's not easy to do that as somebody who's played as a centre-back. You know, a football pitch is a big place. A penalty box is a big place. A 6-yard box is a big place. It's not easy to stop a striker from moving. And I think that's why Xerxes is better off playing deeper, because that's a weakness in his game. It's not his fault. He's not that. He actually, most people would say Xerxes is not really a number 9. And that's sometimes where it is a little bit problematic for him, is that he just doesn't have that movement in and around the box. But apart from that, the service hasn't been that good. Hi, Mark. I think you're being kind. In my opinion, it's a team of soggy blankets. There's no energy and no movement, says Tom. I disagree. I really do. I don't think we've been anywhere near as bad as we have been. Would you give Binder a run in the league, says Ty? I would. I don't think that will happen. Bruno needs quality beside him. Most United players are milking contracts, says Mix. Off topic, but you are telling me the Glazers, Sir Jim, have around 25 billion and they won't pay off bad contracts, let alone pay off the debt. Ineos out and any other owners who would pay it, says Chandler. Look, very, very quickly, Chandler, you're absolutely spot on. But if you've got owners who are rich and want to put money into the club, you're laughing. If you've got rich owners who want to take money out of the club, you're screwed. And that's what we've got. Reese, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in. Mike JBA has just gifted a membership as well. Cheers, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Amrim has to pull a Klopp on these refs, says United. I mean, I'm just looking at it again. There's just no part of that that's a foul. None at all. None at all. It's just not a foul. I don't care if Eriksson got no legs. His control with the ball and accuracy is something that's been lacking, says Thomas. I'm sorry, Delit at middle centre-back is not good enough, says Tyrone. Way too slow at progressing from the back. Maguire will come on and we will play better. I haven't noticed that at all, Tyrone, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't say that that's been the problem. I'd say that a dodgy referee and a couple of, you know, better finishers and we'd be 2 or 3-0 up. Mentioned first time pass, we're seeing more of that, says 7. Yeah, there's still occasions where the ball goes into Delo and he's taking 4 or 5 touches, but maybe that's because he's not a left back. Hope you well, Mark. All our young players are looking promising. I'd give Bruno a rest in the second half, move Eriksson to 10 and bring on Agate. Never going to happen, Greg, though, is it? 60 million for Garnacho in instalments kills our window, says Chris. And Delo is very inconsistent. Bear in mind, I do appreciate he's out of position. Collie has been brilliant, says John Jordan. What did we become? The ref blaming club every game, says Mr. Mortimer. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame the ref. You've got to go out there and score the goals. Can we put an end to the Ahmad at 10 experiment? Give him that right wing back permanently. I like this comment, David. I much prefer Ahmad on the right-hand side. I know he can do the 10 role, but I much prefer him on the right. United needs to get the striker involved. It doesn't matter whether Højlund or Xerxes are in. They are both in a graveyard shift. Completely agree, Jim. Never a foul, says Phil Smith. Genuine question. Do you think Romero was better than Onana, says Matthias? I'm going to run a poll on that, and then I'll answer it in a few minutes. I don't need a few minutes. I know the answer, but it's very unfair. I noticed this on That's Football. If I answer it, it sometimes can sway the fence sitters. So I will do that, and then we will discuss that in a minute. I like bringing a few polls in here. We'll never be able to put first time. Yeah, I've done that one from Jake. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We've got 56,000 watching on a Thursday night Europa League game, which is incredible. Obviously, every Man United match, we do a watch along on the United stand, but we're also live 8 o'clock every night, 10 o'clock every morning. Loads of content, the biggest and best Man United community, and that's you. Please do subscribe. We are only 200 subscribers away from 28,000. And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we will be announcing the details of our 10-year anniversary show. We've already got an amazing guest. I can't wait. Even I'm excited about it. But we will have people, part of the channel, on the show as well, like we did in the last one in Manchester. So very excited about that. We'll give you the details tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm sure the tickets will go fast because it's going to be a special show. Looking forward to it. Let's hope we get a special show from Manchester United in the second half. We are currently 0-0. I think it's a bit unlucky, but look, is not something that you have to rely on. You go again. There's 45 minutes. We're at Old Trafford. Let's go and win the game. I've played the game. Garnacho will be worth double 60 million in 2 years. Stupid board. Sell the deadwood. Look, Jack, I think you're talking a lot of sense. When I look at Garnacho over the last 2 years, when I look at him over the last 45 minutes, he's 20. The confidence and ability he has at 20. Has he had a worldie today? No. Has he got the ball confidently? He rotated the ball, had a couple of shots, put a good couple of crosses in. Yeah. Imagine what he's going to be in 2 years. If you give him game time and a platform, he's going to get better and better and better. I think, and I haven't changed my mind on this for 2 years, I think he's got the highest ceiling at the club, and we're looking to sell him. Some people might say it's Ahmad, some people might say it's Mainu, some people might say it's other people. Look, that's a personal opinion. I think his ceiling of talent is the highest in the squad, and we're looking to sell him on the cheap. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And but then again, so's the ownership from Ineos and Glazers. It's not a good ownership, is it? Not sure who's best, but Romero deserves his chance, Stephen. He's not going to get a chance, is he? Because he's gone. Binder, I think you're thinking about. I've played the game, says Kyle. Mark is like a stripper. He loves his poles, says Leo. Who is United's worst goalkeeper ever, says Ben J. In my time, it would have to be Taibbi. We've had some shit ones, though. I mean, I personally don't think Bartes was all that. Bosnich was a bit of a nightmare as well. What's your thought about Rangers? I think Rangers have done okay. I mean, look, they're not... I think if you drop Rangers in the Premier League, they're going to be somewhere between... I mean, I think Ipswich would give Rangers a game. So that's sort of where I'd put Rangers. And Ipswich aren't terrible, but I think if you put Rangers in the Premier League, they're going to be somewhere around a relegation battle. They're not as bad as Southampton, but I'd put them around Wolves and Ipswich. Garnacho will be double. We've done that one from Jack. If Bruno is a problem, then he's our least concerning problem, says Ibrahim. And can we talk about Garnacho coming inside the defender, says Fishcake? Yeah, I think that's going to happen if you've got a right-sided player playing on the left-hand side. That's the way they've been taught. Ricky drives me crazy with his anti-Bruno clips, says Siraj. And what's the sub? What is a good question from Ross McRae Magician. What one sub would you make at half time? I'll be back in like 3 seconds. I won't be back in 3 seconds, but... Oh, Robert. If there's one thing I would say about this plant, as the players prepare to come out for the second half, it has to make it about him. You know what? If Robert Plant played up front, we'd get loads of penalties. Most of the time I don't even touch it and it goes down. It's the biggest diver. Look at him. He's thinking about going down again. It's half time, mate. You won't get a penalty. It's like Neymar. What sub would I make at half time? Well, Maguire's coming on, and I think that will be pre-planned, and I think that's very intelligent as well. I I'm telling you now, taking the absolute piss. Look, many people have tried, but you will never take the focus off Goldbridge on a watch-along. Sit down. Rangers making a double substitution as well. He's trying to take the bloody show. Trying to take over. Yeah, Maguire's on. I think I should have said that. I did think that sort of thing might happen because we got a game on Sunday, so a bit of rotation is probably not a bad idea. Apart from that, maybe Rasmus last 20 minutes, but I wouldn't be looking to make subs if I'm being completely honest. I thought he was going again then. So Maguire's coming on for De Ligt. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. It does make sense because we've got a game on Sunday, 45 minutes each. You don't burn either of them. Rice is coming on. I wouldn't... only Bushmark we'll see tonight, says Kevin. You're having a laugh, aren't you? I wouldn't sell him now, but potential... Actually, talking about Bush, do not forget, sponsors of the stream, Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off, and the code is TUS20. You get free delivery worldwide and 20% off. Precision engineering for your family jewels. Men's grooming, trusted by 11 million. Fantastic products for you. 20% exclusively with the United Stand. Check them out. Unpopular, but I'd bring Malacia for Delo. We're up and running for the second half here. I've completely missed the start of that, so my timer will be wrong, but I will sort that in a minute. Matthew says the plant is basically Luke Shaw. You think it's back up and the next thing you know, it's hit the ground. I wouldn't sell... That was from Matthew, wasn't it? Yes. I wouldn't sell him, but potential means little as Rashford continues to prove. Ineos seems committed to getting the club relegated, says Corey. Told you Maguire would come on, says Tyrone. And Mark, dream 11 of your all-time watching football. Ryan, I can't do that in a watch-along. Ask me at a better time on a normal show at 8 o'clock and I will do it. I could still see this sale make some sense if Garnacho was sold on January the 5th with a week to the deadline. We just won't get alternatives and it will go to plan, says Hitton. That plant went down easier than the Rangers player, says Ty. And I hope we don't get stuck with Rashford. May require digital extraction, says Joe. Bruno created our best chances and people criticise him, says Blacklist. Of course he's going to miss some passes. There is no player with 100% accuracy. It's a corner for Rangers here. Dubravka is the worst goalkeeper we've ever had. You obviously didn't see Taibbi, Source reacts. I mean, just check the clip. Plant fell just as well as the diving cheat, says Oliver. Roberts on the piss, says Ash. Marker, is there a way we can force the Glazers out, says Viper. I don't think we have a fan base that wants to do it. Stephen Banham says, yes, I was talking about Bienda. Roy Carroll is up there with the worst as well. Yeah, but he wasn't worse than Taibbi, mate. I've played the game. Thank you very much for your super chats. Reading those out as they come in. Right, I need to just sort this timer out because I think I'm a little bit off. I'm a few seconds behind here. Let me go 46, 45. Shit. 49. 6, 7, 8, 9. Go. There we go. We're synced in. Lovely stuff. Goldie, I definitely think Rangers would finish above Man United in the Prem. To cycle. We've not won yet. Marcus says, if they put him at a lower price, at least have the intelligence and foresight to include a sell-on clause. If it's just straight 50, they're utter prats. They're very desperate. 75% of you said that Romero is better than Onana. I agree. Here's Ahmad down the right-hand side. Good ball into Ericsson. The cutback is the pass. The cutback was the pass. Garnacho was wide open. And for some reason, Ericsson, with the intelligence he's got, goes for a weird front post pass where there is no pass. It was the cutback there, unfortunately. Decisions, you see. Decisions. When you hit the byline, you cut back. Book the plant for simulation, says Dexter. Ahmad's cross. Oh, it was going in. Beat the keeper, but straight from the corner, but there was a defender on the line doing his job. Remember Lindegaard? Well done. Good battling. Keep going. Keep going. Ebby says, if you were in Garnacho's position, would you also come in? Oh, here we go, Ebby. I ain't stupid. Come on. I did tell somebody. I'd tell them what I'm drinking. It's a Shiraz. It's a Shiraz. And it's a wine of Australia. McLaren Vale Shiraz 2023. The Black Pig Prize. McLaren Vale Shiraz. There you go. Shout out. And a fine glass it is. Would you ever do a live Q&A with fans? Yes, Andres. I'm doing one literally in a few weeks' time. I'll be announcing it tomorrow. We can't empty Old Trafford, but we can all follow United, unfollow United on social media. Says Jack, I mean, it's very hard, mate. There's only 50,000 of us here and they've got about 50 million. They would barely notice it. Terrible first touch by Delo. Can we rate the plant in the match reactions, says Matthew? Well, it should be sent off for diving. Shot from distance. Good save, Binder. I tell you what, he's had to make a few saves today, Binder. I'm just looking at the... I don't know whether anyone else has looked at this. I'm just looking at the table as it stands. We're in 9th place. And interestingly, FCSB are in 7th place, but they're only a point ahead of us. So that becomes a massive game next week because we're away to them. If we beat them, we probably knock them outside the top 8. So it's going to be a tough game next Thursday. Lazio are top, Athletic Club 2nd, Lyon 3rd, Spurs and Frankfurt 4th and 5th, but all the same points. We're in 9th place at the moment. Rangers are in 11th, a point behind us. So it does get interesting next week. FCSB beat Karabag 3-2 away. That is a full-timer. We need to win this game. We do need to win it. When I say live, I mean Zoom webinar, says Andres. Okay. Feel for your fans. We had 14 years of awful ownership under Mike Ashley, says Darren. Here we go. Lovely pass by Ericsson, but well read. He's got it back, though. Into Garnacho. Another pass, well read. Ericsson's really unlucky there. He's nearly got Xerxes one-on-one, and then he's nearly got Garnacho one-on-one. Here's Garnacho. Edge of the box. Good cut back! Oh, what a ball by Garnacho, and Bruno's shot deflected, goes wide. What a cross by Garnacho, though. That is absolutely brilliant. Unlucky Bruno. That's a super cross, though, isn't it? Absolutely super cross. It's not going our way. Corner. Keeper gets... Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! Is he going to give it? Is he going to give it? He is going to give it! It's Harry Maguire! Or is it Ericsson? Is it an own goal? Maguire's not really celebrating it. It looks like it's an OG. He's punched it in his own goal. It's like punching yourself in the face and knocking yourself out. I think this is an OG. Koki says it's an OG. Maguire, I thought, got on it, but let's have a look. This all comes from that brilliant cross and shot from Bruno. Yeah, it's bad goalkeeping. There's nobody anywhere near him, and he's punched it, and it's gone. He's fisted it, and it's gone. It's gone in off his fists. He's fisted it in. We've all been there. In a footballing sense, none of that filth. But yeah, he's gone to punch it, and basically, can someone get me a ball? Yeah. So he's gone to punch the ball like that. Where's the ball? Right, he's gone to punch the ball like that, and instead of punching it that way with a full fist, he's gone underneath it, and it's slipped in. One 0 United, get in. You got bad wine lips, says Dimitri. Not bothered. Hope all is well. What's the story with your football career? Did you play? And if so, where did you play? I'm not talking about my football career. I'm doing a bloody watch-along, Dean. Needless to say, I've played the game. Thank you very much. Karma for Rangers, says Shahin. Justice. Yeah, that's the tweet, isn't it? Justice. That is justice because we scored a corner in the first half. 1-0 now. Come on. That's what we deserve. We deserve to be 1-0 up. It was an Anana special, says Niki. Collier's had a good game, says Dawson. Let's hope we don't burn him out. And look, if we can get through this game without playing Mainu and Agate, that's brilliant for Sunday, isn't it? Delo ignoring the pass to Xerxes that would have played him in one-on-one. And then Ahmad ignoring the square to Xerxes. I mean, in that 5 seconds, you've just seen why playing up front for United shit. Xerxes makes a very good run. Delo ignores it. And then Ahmad, who was offside anyway, doesn't play Xerxes in for a tap-in. I think, you know what? Playing up front for me in Man United, I think it's a little bit like being a ghost. They can't see you. We need to get Bruce Willis in the number 10 position from The Sixth Sense. He'd be able to see it. It's like being Patrick Swayze up front. He's bloody ghost. 2011 De Gea was awful. Could Anana improve like him, says HC? I doubt it. De Gea was a young kid when he came here. We need more Goldbridge ball demonstrations, says TK. How not to fist, says Robbo96. Thank you very much. Not a lot of fisting talk going on. We're not that type of channel. I knew Jack would come through for us. His heart is still in Manchester. Yoro's off. Is Yoro injured? Or is he tired? No, he's all right. He's all right. So what happens there then? If Yoro... Is Yoro injured? Delo's gone right centre-back. Yeah, Malassia's gone left-back. He's just tired. He's tired, don't worry. Collier's balling today, says Mur. Thank you very much. Bodo Glimt's got 13 points like Man United. Bodo's playing against, you guessed it, Nice. What do you reckon, says Howder? Oh, God. I knew Jack. Thank you very much for Howder and Jari there. Thank you for supporting Australian wine. Claren Vale, South Australia is a brilliant wine region. It is. Australia does do good wine, John. Thank you very much. If anyone wants to do a bit of a sponsorship around red wine, I'm not a big drinker of it, but I do like red wine. We need more goal. I've done that. Okay, so look, Man United leading 1-0. Early goal at the start of the second half. Just calms the nerves. Ryan Cave shouting out Maguire. There's nothing wrong with our defence, mate. It's not the defence that causes us problems. I'm very happy with De Ligt and Maguire and Martinez and Yoro. It's I've just seen Maguire stretching there. I mean, this is something that worries me about Maguire in the last 18 months. He does pick up a lot more injuries than he ever did. I hope that doesn't become anything. Greetings from McLaren Vale, South Australia, says Zaki. Thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Which is exactly where that wine is from. Well done. Keep an eye on Maguire. He doesn't look 100%. He was stretching there. Are we playing a back four? No, we're still playing the three. Delo's gone right side. Maguire, Martinez, and Ahmad is to the right-hand side. Andrew says, how can I send you some South African red? It's difficult, mate. I can't really give out the work address here. Malbec rules. I like a good Malbec. Corners have been all very dangerous today, says Super Yacht, which is obviously very rare for United. Should we be bringing in new players or new academic graduates, says Wyatt? A mixture of both. South Africa's got the best wine, says Carl. We've got lots of wine wars going on now. I quite like an Argentinian red as well. Garnacho, Martinez. Good evening, Mark. You have been my commentary instead of them twats on the TV for a while now. It's a huge upgrade, says Jack. I'd take that as a compliment, mate, but we're all in it together, mate. That's how it works here. Interaction. Well, Rangers have got to go for it a little bit now. They are in the qualifying position and they probably will be okay, but I've got to be a little bit careful. Another substitution for Rangers. Another player down. Yoro looks like he's okay. Looks like you haven't tried Australian wine, says Dharmaj. I'm literally drinking one. What time are you hosting Dry January meeting tomorrow, says Parker. Yeah. You won't catch me there. If you know, you know. Riverland region near Adelaide, best red, let's go. I can't believe the conversations. Marl, a nice French red is the best, says Ryan Cave. A lot of red wine connoisseurs in the chat tonight, which is fine because we're not actually playing football at the moment. There's a player still coming off for Rangers. Man United have a red wine sponsor, don't they? Who's Man United's red wine sponsor? I feel no affiliation to them because they've never sent me anything, but we do have a red wine sponsor. I want to say Corriere dello Sport, but that's a newspaper. Diablo, that's it, yeah. Andres, we're back up and running now. Nice little flick by Xerxes and then Rasmus. That should have gone to Garnacho about 5 hours ago, Malasia. Into Bruno. Delo. Into Ericsson. Ahmad. Where we going? Where we going? Edge of the box. Edge of the box is your pass. Oh, he's at the post, Garnacho. I mean, to be honest, it probably did about as much as he could do there. Gets it on the edge of the 6-yard box. Loads of Rangers players in the way, but he's at the post. Good play by Ahmad. The old byline and cutback. Works every time. Dornish wine is the best, if you know, you know, says KMD. As a Romanian, I'm looking forward to FCSB next week, says FKX. They must be quite good, you know. They are in the top 8. Here's Garnacho down the left-hand side. Cutback, good ball again. Goes for a throw-in. Who do you prefer, Celtic or Rangers? Bed, I've been asked that for 10 years. I will never answer the question. It's not worth it. Hi, Mark. I'm watching from Argentina and just wanted to say I've been a supporter since I was 7, but I lost track of the team. You helped me get back on top of the news. You're the best, says Andre Escobar. Thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Great to have people watching from all over the world, by the way. Where would this United team finish in Serie A or La Liga, says Tabish? Don't know. Don't know. So, very difficult question to answer, to be honest. Damp January for Goldbridge, says Matthew. Are you going to watch the Ashes in December, says Cycle? Well, I will, but it's bloody miles away. Dane's on the gin. I don't mind a gin and tonic, you know. Hendricks. Slice of cucumber. Can't beat it. Gaz says red wine drinkers belong on a register. Come on, Gaz. Grow the fuck up. Idiot. Is Garnacho. Needs some help. That's surely a foul. Yes, well done. He's continued a very good first half into the second half here. Ryan says Xerxes' hold-up play's been good. I don't think there's a problem with Xerxes' hold-up play at all. I think it's the service into him. Oh my God. Peasant. I've had red wine. R6 Liam says, I've had red wine with Coca-Cola and it's nice. Oh my God. Mate, that is peasant drinking, really. Come on. Garnacho's my man of the match, says Dari. Who would be yours? Yeah, I think Garnacho probably still would be my man of the match. I gave him at half time. Yeah, I probably still would say Garnacho, yeah. People from all exotic places, and I'm from Wigan, says Jake. Nothing wrong with that. FCSBR, former European Cup winners, Stare Bucharest, says John. Yeah, I do actually know that, hence FCSB. But my point is, Romanian football being in that level has been a long, long time. I mean, I remember the likes of Hagi, Popescu, Dimitrescu, Radichai, Petrescu. You know, I remember all those players, but it's been a long time since that's been, you know, Romanian football's really been in. I mean, in fact, talking about Romanian football, I don't know whether he is playing tonight, isn't he? Haji's son plays for Rangers. Pretty sure. Don't know whether he's in the lineup. I don't think he is. Maybe he's cup-tied or injured, but Georgie Haji's son does play for Rangers. Mark, come to Montreal, Canada for a United Stand show. I'll buy you a pint as well. Also, I think if we sell Garnacho, we'll buy Kuna. Still wouldn't sell, says the Duke. You lived in Dublin and Keane is your favourite United player ever. I think it's safe to assume it's Celtics as the game is the game. You can assume what you like. You won't get it out of my mouth. I don't think Xerxes gets in strikers' position, says Ryan. No, he doesn't. But, you know, we need a striker. I mean, whether it can be Rasmus or Xerxes is obviously up for debate, but we do need somebody who can do that. Dark Souls or Elden Ring playthrough later. I don't know what you think. That's not happening, Lecken. My favourite red wine is Liverpool when they miss out on the title, says Kill. Quite creative. Well done, I'll give you that. Lipstick Bridge, says Ryan. Yeah, look at that. That really has got me. That is true. Garnacho's just gone down injured here. I got that drink idea from an old man at a pub. 50-50 red wine and Coke. It's actually quite nice. It's like an alcoholic cherry Coke, says JT. Oh, but it's bloody vile, mate. I know you're not allowed to buy it in a pub, but isn't snake bite half a lager and half a cider? I've never had one. And there's another one, isn't there, where you put black currant in something? Maybe snake bite's black currant and cider, actually. Yeah, it must be. What am I on about? Half a lager and half a cider. What's that got to do with a snake bite? Snake bite is... Goal! Oh, how's he missed that, Maguire? Right on the back post, free header and his heads it. Well, look, I've always said this about Maguire. 50p head. Brilliant at winning it, but not great at directing it. He's miles onside. Ericsson with a lovely cross right on his head, and it's harder to miss. Should be 2-0. We need to sell Garnacho so we can buy Makeda back, says Matthew. Shout out Callum Fowler, a.k.a. Bromsbridge. There we go. Need to sell Garnacho so we can buy Makeda back. Thank you very much to Kyle as well. Great performance by Garnacho. It's his last game at Old Trafford, says Ian. It better bloody not be. You can't sell a player who's playing well. It's stupid. Marcus, first time in the chat, says, hope you're doing well. Me personally, we should never have got rid of Van Gaal when we got what we got Ten Hag for is what Van Gaal was trying to do. Invest in the youth and build from there with quality. Are you a takeaway or a fancy restaurant guy, says Matthew? Bit of both. Bit of both. Can't be a good takeaway, but I like a good restaurant. I went to a brilliant restaurant just before Christmas. I've already forgotten its name. In the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham. It was absolutely fantastic. I think it was like the Hideaway or something. Really great. 9 courses. But it's all that sort of food where you don't get much, but it's all about the taste. Still not sold on this Europa format. Realistically, how do you rate our chances in the knockouts? Ajax and Roma floating around. I say we're going to win the Europa League, but at the moment we won't win it. Good play by Garnacho again from Martinez. Oh, bad pass by Collier. Blackcurrant and Guinness, said somebody in the chat. Sounds good. Forever MUFC says that Coca-Cola and red wine is actually big in Spain and a few other places. Plus Vampire Weekend mentions it in one of their songs. There you go. It's a real thing. Skell says blackcurrant and Guinness. I've got banana rum, but it's possibly more a summer drink, says David. If you come to MTL, like the other guy said, I'll buy you an air fryer, says Tyler. I've already got an air fryer. What's the best game you've watched at Old Trafford, says Arslan. Oh, this one. Is there an email to speak? Read the Wines, says Cyber. That's football@gmail.com is our sort of inquiry one. Fans are singing Viva Garnacho, says Makel. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Snake bite is half cider, half lager. Add blackcurrant for diesel, says Super Yacht. There you go. Never had one. First 8 seem dangerous for United. Lazio, Bilbao and Galatasaray, says Omar. And Van Gaal or Ollie, says Odmar. Van Gaal's a better coach. Chocolate block red wine. South African wine you can get in the UK. It's delightful, says Damien. And hi Mark, been watching the channel since 2016. Got me through some dark times. This is my first ever super chat. Much love from South Africa. Andrew, you're a legend. Thank you very much for getting involved and thanks for being part of the community. We still need to be a little bit careful here. I know we're having a bit of a, we're 1-0 up and that's quite a novelty, but we are only 1-0 up and we have been shit for quite a while. So clean sheets aren't easy for Man United. Got to be a bit careful here. Fans are singing Viva Garnacho. Thank you very much for that from Mikael Rivero. Guy from Sweden here. Favourite Swede in United, says Melvin. I'd say it would have to be Zlatan or Larsson. I know they weren't here for long, but I'd certainly put them ahead of people like Lindelof and Blomqvist and Alanga. Carl Middlecope has just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much. And it's not how long you're how long you're here for. It's what you do in the time you have, which is a great message in life. But look at Van Persie. It was 1 year really. It would be an absolute blinder if Amorim told Garnacho to fake an injury to stop the move. On a side note, Binder gives me confidence, says Sheriff. Thank you very much. 20 minutes to go. Another substitution for Rangers. Rangers is not that kind of team. We should be up by 3, says Joe. If you come to India, I'll buy you chicken tikka. Here we go. Good defending by Delo. Ericsson, Xerxes, bad first touch, but goes back to Binder. Top 4 predictions, says Pepper. What, in the league? City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. You need to try bull wine. Red Bull mixed with some red. Oh my Christ. I steer clear of all that caffeine shit. I can't do that anymore. I can't sleep. Gives me palpitations. Nerve says red wine and cola is a legitimate and popular mix, and it's called a Kalimatoxu in Spain. It's really popular. You really should try it. It's very refreshing. I'm going to try this drink now. I mean, I thought it was a joke. I called it peasant juice, but actually, I thought someone was taking a piss. Tarkovsky or Harry Maguire, says Lewis. You're having a bloody laugh, mate. Of course it's Maguire. Apart from Glazers and Sir Alex's retirement, what was the one sliding doors moment that led us to this? For me, it was sacking Jose, says Lee. Scottish Cal, welcome to the members club. Would you play Rasmus and Xerxes at number 10, Mark? Not Rasmus, no. He's not a number 10. Xerxes can do it. No retreat, but not him. Is there a big storm forecast for you tonight? Apparently Ireland is going to get blown into the UK, says James O'Hanlon. We have got storms tonight, yes. I'm fed up of these bloody storms. Man United storms and then real weather storms. Yeah, you've got 60 miles an hour winds in Dublin tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning. In fact, it's probably windy now. Where I am, I've got 47 and then, 47 top. It's not that bad, actually, because we've had like 60 and stuff. Collier's coming out. 69 miles an hour. That's a blow. Hope United can win this on my 20th birthday. Boring game, Mark, says some. Mate, I don't find it boring when Man United are winning games. Ericsson off and Collier off. What chance they play at the weekend? Man United will win the Europa League but needs improving, says Ari. Looks like you've worked your magic on the bush, says Kevin. If they sell Garnacho, they better go for Salamina from Southampton as a replacement, says Bojan. Lack of service to our forward really makes me view Ronaldo's 18 goals as nothing short of world class. Well, remember what I told you last week. For the last 8 years, we've averaged 1.9 shot per game for our striker, which is shit. Watching from the Maldives, OG United Standard says Nomad. GJR says Ineos can fuck off and do one if they sell Garnacho. Good shot straight at Binder. I'd love Isak Gyökeres or Ayari at United as a Swede, says Ivan. Thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Thanks for getting involved. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. I don't know whether we've hit 28,000 yet, but we can't be far off. Get involved with the United Stand and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. I'm waiting for it to load. We're very close. We're 20 subscribers away from 28,000. So make sure you click the bottom right-hand corner and subscribe. It's free to do. Remember, we're live every morning at 10 o'clock and every night at 8 o'clock. Loads going on. Massive community. And you are part of it. Thank you very much for tuning in. That sounded a bit... I'm not that guy. You are part of it, guys. I hate listening to the radio and the fakeness. Rangers are being a little bit more progressive here. I think we need to be a little bit careful. Good interception by Malacia. Calm it down and play the simple pass. It ain't that difficult. What's happening with Garnacho? I've got no idea, but the fact that, you know, this can't be the end. How's the game been so far, says Emperor? Look, when you're playing like we did against Southampton and Brighton, which was absolutely ridiculously bad, I think that this has been better. It's not anywhere near good enough, but it's certainly been better, and you've got to start making those... Bloody hell, Maguire looked like he was going backwards there. Still wins the goal kick. Bartender at Fancy Spanish Places here in NZ's say K Limocho. It's a great beverage. Use the worst Spanish red in a garnish with a lemon wedge. Honestly, 8 out of 10. I'm definitely going to try this now. What's the proportions? How much red wine to Coke? Because that's important. You know, if you do half vodka and half lemonade, you're going to get, you know. In Scotland, we're getting 110 miles an hour winds tomorrow, says Grant. Bloody hell. Julian says, if we sell Garnacho, I'll be disgusted. The club we grew up with will be gone. We don't sell young talent. Red wine and Coke is called Scouse Spunk. Says, it looks nothing like Spunk, though. It's red and black is not going to look white, is it? Limerick in Ireland has gusts of 180. Oh, my Christ, Dylan. And Nick says, can Old Trafford become a fortress again, or are those days gone? Well, no. Look. Liverpool was shit for a long time and they're now one of the best teams in the world. Like, you can't never say never, Nick. But we've got a long way coming back. Benny says, don't mix McLaren Vale wine with cola. It's better than that. Hassan says, United are back. I'm predicting top 4. Ahmad's in here. Terrible shot. And look at Xerxes again. It's the greed. It runs through the team. You know, you go 1-0 up and it becomes about scoring a goal. It's really selfish here. It's so selfish. I mean, I feel bad for Xerxes today. So selfish. Garnacho, Ugarte and Mainu on. Here's Garnacho. Into Ugarte. Good turn. Needs to find a pass. Loses the ball. Can you please wish me a happy birthday? It's Noah. Happy birthday, Noah. Hope you've had a great day. Dave O'Connell, thanks. Do you still think Garnacho to Chelsea is a smokescreen, says Riffert? Well, you know, the bottom line is, if I was Chelsea, I'd want Garnacho, wouldn't you? I mean, to be honest with you, if it's only Chelsea and Napoli who want Garnacho for £50 million, I don't believe it. I think most clubs in Europe would be phoning up tonight and going, yeah, I'll do that. 20-year-old, 50 million quid, yes, please. What's your opinion on Elon Musk, says Ian? Not really going to get into politics on here. Callum Davis, welcome to the members club. You're a legend. Caitlin Darren says, do you like blondes? Well, my wife's a blonde. So obviously, yes. Don't leave that one open. Fans were not singing Garnacho, says Joe. Well, mate, I don't have the audio on. So when people are saying they're singing Viva Garnacho, I take their word for it. If they didn't, so what? I literally don't have the audio on, so how the fuck would I know? A win tonight will be very good, but again, no service for the striker, says Mohammed. I think this is a great point. And I pretty much guarantee they were singing Garnacho. Well, Matthew McFadden is our editor, and he says they were singing it a bit ago. So there you go. They were singing it. 90% of football is doing the basics. We are inconsistent because we don't do the simple things right, says Rafi. Look, even tonight, too much selfishness at times and some silly passes at times, but better. Did you find it odd Maguire was in the press conference but on the bench? Don't think I've seen that before, says Daniel. Well, you know, why not? It shouldn't be a written rule that if you're in the press conference, you start. Imagine being told to work from home. I'm a carpenter. Better hang some doors in my own gaff, says Philip. And as an American, every drink mix is 50-50. Also, do you drink bourbon or whiskey? Both my drink of choice. I don't really drink it forever MUFC because I get like a... If I drink whiskey, I get like a acid reflux going on. I think Rasmus is going to come on for 10 minutes, but a bloody waste of time, mate. I won't bother. You're not going to get any service in 10 minutes. Xerxes had one chance in 80. Oh, Agate nearly scores from a corner, but we're all offside. Collier, Agate as the sixes, Mainu and Bruno as the tens. Interesting energy and killer balls. Did you read why United never visited the Buccaneers via ESPN? I did, Pete, but I think it's a load of bollocks. Basically, they said that United weren't allowed to visit the Buccaneers because they'd see the facilities, and yet 1 3-second Google search will show you pictures of the facilities. Half red wine, half Coke, says Carl. Scout wingers who can cross, says Umzi. I think Garnacho's crosses have been good tonight. Could have had 2 assists. Who do you think's the best looking in the squad, says Glizzy? Yeah, I'm not the person to answer that. Ahmad with another good... I tell you what, Ahmad's corners have been good. Jack the Lego Maniac says, I got a wine advent calendar. So did I. One of them was a red wine cola combo. It was called Tinto de Sol Calamico from Portugal. Wasn't sure about it at first, but it was actually good. Worth a try. I did get a red wine advent calendar. I think it was like, I can't remember what the make was. Xerxes comes off Erasmus. No service. Ian Carlton says, I'd love Garnacho to score and reveal a shirt saying he wants to stay. That would make it difficult for them to sell. But do you think they would? I think in light of what Ineos have sent to fans today saying that they could still raise prices next season, I don't think they really give a shit about what people think. The best interests of the football club aren't at heart. It's about money. Favourite Dutch player who played for United, says W. I mean, there has been a lot. I mean, Jaap Stam was good. Van Nistelrooy was very good. I think it would have to be Van Nistelrooy in my lifetime. I mean, I did love Van Persie, but it was 1 year. It's a shame we didn't get Van Persie for longer because I absolutely loved that year. It was so good. But I think it would have to be Ruud. Goal. Oh, he's at the post. Well, there you go. You got to be careful. Ball over the top. Rangers got in. He wants a handball. Let's have a look. This is it. One chance. Look. He's offside anyway. He's offside. I think Bienda does enough to put him off. But he would have been offside. Bruce Willick, Patrick Swayze, the analogy is spot on. So many lost opportunities to score true number 9 goals, says D Budge. Could you wish my partner Chomtu a happy birthday, says Nabil. Happy birthday. And double Rumpel over ice top with Red Bull, says Tom. And Daniel says the perfect striker would be Santiago Jimenez, young, but not as much. Also, the perfect combo is red wine and 4 Loco, says Daniel. Thank you very much. Not Daily Blind, says Ty. No, you wouldn't put Daily Blind ahead of Rude. Rate Berbatov, Zaha, Tevez, Cavani, Ollie, says the game is gone. Well, I've watched them all play. You want me to rank them? Zaha bottom. Honestly, Cavani second bottom. Berbatov, no. Honestly, you know, forget like what we think of them. Zaha bottom. Berbatov fourth. Cavani, no, that's wrong. I'm trying to get this right. Basically, Ollie first, Tevez second, Cavani third, Berbatov fourth, and Zaha last. Everyone is against us. Stay united, says Jason. I like that. It was a good one. Anyway, 5 minutes to go. Get the win now. Man plus guitar says BBC Live just said Xerxes been poor. Zero mention of the shit service he's had. Mate, if you're listening to mainstream punditry, you are literally killing your brain cells when it comes to football. They don't watch the game properly. They haven't got a clue. They're not Man United fans. Yesterday they were probably watching Arsenal. They pull up to a game. They've got no context of what's been going on at United, the themes, the stories, how we don't do this, don't do that. They don't watch us enough properly to be able to, know that it's a graveyard shift up front. So they watch the game and they go, Xerxes was quiet. Binder is miles above Anana, says Lee Galdart. If United sold Garnacho, I'd look at Baldanzi at Roma, says Payne. Can you wish my mum a happy 50th birthday, says Aryan. That's for Sapna. There we go. Happy birthday. Look, bloody hell, I feel like a radio station. Here's Malasia into Mainu. Now it's Garnacho. Good shot. Good save. Well done, Ahmad. Oh, you'd won that there. Well, good recovery from the Rangers defender because Ahmad had won that. I tell you what, Agate's fast, isn't he? For a midfielder, he's very fast. I tell you what, if Chelsea didn't put a bid in, I certainly bloody would. Need to wake up, says Vita, playing like we're 3-0. Here's Garnacho, left-hand side. Unlucky. Don't forget to do your player ratings. This is one of those games. We don't get too many of these. I want to know what your player ratings are because I think some of them are going to be quite interesting. I mean, you look at Rasmus up front and it was the same for Xerxes. You'd be better. It's the equivalent of going for a run on a treadmill, isn't it? All you're doing is covering distance. Like there's nothing going on. There isn't. It's a terminal graveyard shift. Goal! Fucking hell! I can't speak! I can't bloody speak! How the hell has that happened? Oh, I can't, what? I don't even know what happened. How the hell are we drawing this game? For fuck's sake, mate. I need to see a replay. That is... Well, Vita says, I told you, wake up. They're all bloody celebrating. What happens? Here we go. Long ball. Oh, it's just pace, isn't it? And look, Maguire's been brilliant for us, but... Oh, it's a mistake. Oh, it's a good finish. Maguire just gets stuck under the ball. There's a shove in his back there, ref. I tell you what, if that's a foul for them, that's a foul on him. Well, it's definitely not a foul. But, incredible finish. Fuck it. Imagine that. Well, I don't need to imagine it. It's bloody just happened. A long ball. I mean, you're fuming. You're absolutely fuming. The finish is brilliant. There's nothing the keeper can do, but you're not going to get a foul for that, Harry. That's on you, mate. You played well recently, but that's on you. That is just shit. That is shit. Oh, what a kick in the arse. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's the same old shit, isn't it? Bloody hell. Defensively, that is just shit. Oh, man. That has shocked me, that has. That really has shocked me. I mean, look, I'm not going to go in on Maguire because he's been good for us recently. He's made a mistake. Go on, Garnacho. Oh, defender's done well. He's done well there. 5 minutes of added time. Shit the beds. That's painful, that is. That hurts. I don't know what to say because, you know, sometimes you have a... We're not even in the top 8 anymore. We might be playing a bloody qualifier. This is a disaster. We're in 9th and we're going to FCSB next week. We've got to win. Oh, man. I can't fucking believe it. That is so painful. Can you say hi to the Merville family? Says Marcus. Bruno! Get in! I will say hello! Get in! 2-1! What's going on? These goals are just coming out from nowhere! Have some of that! Shut up, Ricky! Sit down, Ricky! Have some of that, Ricky! Oh, come on! Oh, thank God! I was still stunned from their equaliser! I love it! Love it! I'm not even reacting properly because I haven't seen the goal again. I was too busy singing happy birthday to Merville. What happened? What happened? Okay, here we go. Martinez drives forward, whips a cross in. Tap in for Bruno. It's that simple. It's that simple. Lovely cross by Martinez, and Bruno makes it 2-1. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Thank you very much. And good night. 2-1. Well done, Bruno. Lovely stuff. Well, I tell you what, we don't deserve... Look, I was finding it very difficult to deal with that equaliser, because I don't want to go in on Harry Maguire because he's been good for us recently, but it's a shocking mistake. And it really did shock me. But we deserve to win this. Just had to change the title on the video. Well, actually, I haven't changed the title. I've kept it the same. Keep Garnacho. It's as simple as that. Back into the top. We're up to 4th now. That's more like it. We've got to finish in the top 8. That's more like it. That's what it's all about. Thanks everyone tuning in. Here's Ahmad down the right-hand side. I won't miss this goal. Pass, Ahmad. Don't be greedy. Pass. Don't be greedy. Greedy again. The pass was on. Look at Rasmus. You know what? I'm going to call this out. We all love Ahmad. But fucking hell has he been greedy tonight. We can't play Player FC. What's he doing there? The pass is on. Not doing it. Xerxes, not doing it. He's got to fucking pass. If we're not critical of everybody, it's Player FC. He's been really greedy tonight, and it needs calling out because we're never going to progress as a team if we don't pass. Would you consider playing Martinez higher up the pitch? No, Pratt Icarus, because I like the fact that he comes from deep. Love the drama, Mark. Listening to your driving, says GGMU. Thanks, pal. Bruno, says Joe. Big winner from Bruno, Joe. Our captain, says Pete Phillips. Another home defeat with no goals in all reality, says Dimitri. I don't know what you're watching, mate. Can you say, thank you very much. I'm shocked that you're shocked, says Pete Phillips. And you should do series on the channel going over United's history for younger fans, says Dawson. We're too nice. If it was City, they'd crowd the referee, says Shahin. Harry Maguire back to his utter best crap, says Mario Rossi. Without creativity and support from our fullbacks going forward, our attackers are going to struggle in this system, especially Xerxes and Rasmus, says Ronnie. Press conference FC, says Callan. Malacia opening body and up and playing down the line shows how vital a left. But look, I agree with this comment from Carl. I agree with that comment from Carl. I think that Malacia is not a great... Malacia is not a great left back, but just having somebody with balance makes a big difference. Right, that should be it. Bruno just taking the kill out of the game. Talk about Bruno now, you prat, says Blacklist. Ahmad's learned off Marcus, leader's influence, says HC. Referee, come on, blow your whistle. Let's have the 3 points. He doesn't want to blow yet, does he? Make sure you do your player ratings. Links in the description. Mark every player out of 10. And that's the final whistle. 3 points for United. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. We deserve to win it. And we made a little bit of hard work of it at the end. That is why 1-0, never enough. You know, 1-0, never going to be enough. Because things like that can happen. One lapse in concentration, a brilliant finish, and it's 1-1. So we've got to be honest. We've got to score more goals. And, you know, I'm going to be quite critical in the match reaction. I thought we were okay, but there's one glaring problem that's always going to hold us back. Now, where's Ricky, says Pure Turnip. Striker a prat for crying. Come on, Fergie time, says Will May. Honestly shocked. This team has brought a smile to my face today, says Eddie. I'm glad to hear that. Ahmad's learned off Marcus, leader's influence, says HC. Thank you very much. Right, thanks everyone. Well, let's get over to the match reaction. Player ratings, lots to discuss. And I'm going to go in on a few things as well. The title will tell you what I'm going to talk about. I'll see you there in a minute.